It's time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Live from Little Rock, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Well, hello again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Ray Winder Field. Tonight, Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Springfield Cardinals in Game 3 of a 5-game series. Phil Elson with you from the broadcast booth at Ray Winder Field. Pleasure to have you with me on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE and minorleaguebaseball.com. This is the ITT Tech pregame show. Before we get set for the baseball game, first pitch at 7:10. Your potential can increase with a degree, and you can create your own career path with a degree from ITT Technical Institute in Little Rock. For details, go online to www.itt-tech.edu. Well, the Travs in a tough spot. They've lost 9 of 10 games. Springfield yesterday put a 10-2 hurting on the Travelers. Springfield put up 2 runs in the first inning, had a 5-0 lead before the Travs scored their opening run on the 4th. Springfield banging out a season-high 17 base hits. They were led by Rico Washington and Jarrett Hoffauer, each at 3 hits apiece, and Juan Richardson hit a 3-run homer and finished with 5 runs batted in. And so the Travelers falling to a league worst, 14-25. Meanwhile, Springfield stays 2 games ahead of Tulsa at 23-15. The Cardinals in front of Tulsa by those 2 games. Travelers at the 40-game mark is 14-25, 9.5 games out of first place, and the Travs have fallen 2.5 games behind third place Wichita. And Arkansas tonight looking for a big start from Daniel Davidson, who's had 2 consecutive rough outings in a row. Daniel picked up his first win of the season on May 2nd, is 1-4 with a .551 earned run average. Meanwhile, he'll be going up against another left-hander, the same kind of style pitching, Rich Rundles. Neither of the pitchers throw extremely hard. They rely on changing speeds, keeping the ball down in the strike zone in good command. Rundles is 3-2 with a .374 ERA. Cards have won the last 4 meetings between these teams, and the Travelers have only had 1 victory over the last week and a half, and so the fans have been getting a little bit restless. Arkansas has won only 4 of 18 games at Ray Winder Field and in desperate need of a victory in front of the home crowd. Hopefully tonight will be the night that will get that 5th win at Ray Winder Field. Big night of baseball here at Little Rock. We've got Reese's Really Nuts night. We're figuring out who the most passionate fan is of all the fans that are here at Ray Winder Field. We've got some passionate fans. We'll pick out the nuttiest of them. We'll also have a peanut throwing contest brought to you by Reese's Really Nuts. We'd also like to welcome AT&T to the baseball park as well. They've got the autograph booth, a brand new promotion that'll be taking part twice this year. It might be a fixture at Dickey-Stevens Park next year, and we'd like to thank Brandon Wood, Matt Pauley, James Holcomb, and Michelle Simard, who've taken time out from pregame to sign some autographs for free for fans at the ballpark. You've been wondering how it hasn't felt like summer yet. Well, one thing is summer hasn't come on us, but it feels like it today. 94 degrees before first pitch. This is what we've been expecting rather than all the rain and the cool weather we've been experiencing for the last couple of weeks. So this is the weather we've been looking for. And hopefully as things heat up in Central Arkansas, so will the Arkansas Travelers. We'll come back with more on the ITT Tech pregame show right after these words on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite.
Really?
Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. VC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take VC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take VC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is VC.
Use directed.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Welcome back to Raylander Field. Phil Elson with you on the ITC Tech pregame show. Trabs getting set to take on the Springfield Cardinals. It'll be the 7th meeting between these teams. Cards have taken 4 of the first 6 between Arkansas and Springfield. Checking the games in the Texas League yesterday, the Corpus Christi Hooks won their 10th consecutive game, beating San Antonio 4-3, and the Hooks had to come back from down 3 in the 4th inning. Walter Young hit his first home run as a Hook player and also knocked in the winning run. In the 8th inning, Blake Allen picks up his 4th win against no losses, and Paul Estrada strikes out 5 in 2 innings, not allowing a base hit or a run, his second save. And so Corpus Christi stays 4.5 games in front of Midland in the South Division as the Rockhounds posted a 6-5 victory over the Frisco Rough Riders yesterday. Matt Allegra led the attack for Midland with a 1-for-4 effort, which included a 3-run double in the 6th inning, which basically gave Midland the lead for good. Jared Burton was the winner in relief. His record 3-0. Macbeth coming on for the save, his first, and Midland stays 4.5 and back at first place Corpus Christi in the South Division. In the North Division last night, Tulsa ended the 5-game winning streak of the Wichita Wranglers, an 8-7 final score. And Alvin Colina had a big night for the Drillers. Their catcher finishing 2 for 3 with 4 runs batted in. Meanwhile, Jordan Zarnicki finished 2 for 4 with 1 RBI. The game-winning RBI, however, off the bat of Judge Sigpen, a sacrifice fly in the 9th that broke the 7-7 tie. Josh Newman, the winning pitcher, is 2-0. Derek DePriest gave up that sacrifice fly to Sigpen, and he falls 0-3 for Wichita. So Tulsa remaining 2 games in back of the Cardinals for first in the North Division, while Wichita drops to 17 and 23, 7 games out. Doubleheader action today in the Texas League at Wichita. It is a scheduled doubleheader on a Friday night. Tulsa and the Wranglers are in the bottom of the 4th in Game 1, tied 1 apiece. Game 2 will feature Ubaldo Jimenez, who's beaten the Travelers twice. He's 3-2 for Tulsa with a 4.04 ERA. Sung Song will be pitching for the Wranglers, right-hander, 3-3 and a 3.80 ERA. One other game in progress at Midland. Frisco and the Rockhounds have gone to the top of the first and 0-0 score. Corpus Christi in search of their 11th straight win, and they'll be taking on San Antonio tonight at Wolf Stadium. We'll keep you updated on all those Texas League games as we get out the broadcast today on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. For right now, we'll look at the Angels Farm Report, a look around the Angels organization brought to you by AgPro of Central Arkansas. The big club, the Los Angeles Angels, lost in 10 innings last night to Toronto 8-4. Big game by last year Traveler catcher Mike Napoli. Knapp started as a catcher. He batted 7th. He finished 3 for 5 with his second home run of the season, tying the game off Roy Halladay in the 7th inning. But the Blue Jays would go on to score 4 runs off former Traveler Francisco Rodriguez in the 10th, and they send the Angels to yet another loss. The Halos dropped to 17 and 24, losing 7 of the last 10 games, and fall to 4.5 games out of first behind Oakland and Texas. The Rangers and A's tied for first place in the American League West. Angels today start the Freeway Series at Dodger Stadium. Interleague play starts today, of course. Jeff Weaver will try to improve on a 1-6 record, taking on his former team, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and Aaron Seeley. This will be the first matchup of these 2 teams named the Los Angeles Angels and the Los Angeles Dodgers, because it used to be California Angels and Anaheim Angels, and now you got the Los Angeles Angels and the Los Angeles Dodgers doing battle in Dodger Stadium. Of course, the Dodgers really the only team from those 2 teams that are actually from Los Angeles. Across the minor league system, AAA Salt Lake started an 8-game homestand, beating Oklahoma, the Rangers affiliate, 5-1. These allowed only 3 base hits in the game. Nate Bland picked up the win in relief. Former Traveler Greg Jones, 3 perfect innings for his 4th save. Mike Elwood, the designated hitter, had 3 base hits. So did Kendry Morales. And Jeff Mathis extended a hit streak to 13 games with a couple of base hits. Salt Lake is 24 and 15 and in first place in the Pacific Coast League North Division. Rancho Cucamonga down in the California League were limited to 4 hits, losing to Inland Empire 5-3. That drops the Quakes to 21-19, still in second place in the South Division. Sean Rodriguez, as a future Travelers shortstop, had a double and a 3-run homer. Patrick Riley and Freddie Sandoval each with a base hit, extending their hit streak to 9 games apiece. Down at Cedar Rapids in the Midwest League, the Colonels allowed 13 hits to Quad Cities, and the Swing defeat the Colonels by a final of 10-5. Tommy Mendoza hit hard in the loss, gave up 7 runs on 8 hits in just 4 innings. First baseman Mark Trumbo hit a home run. The Colonels in 4th place in the Midwest League West at 19-22. That's the news from the Angels organization, brought to you by AgPro of Central Arkansas. They're located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, and England, and AgPro is proud to feature outstanding John Deere products. In fact, you can sign up for a demo of some of John Deere's best equipment at AgPro's website. That's www.agprocompanies.com. Reminder for fans that are planning on coming out to the ballpark this weekend, just 2 more games left after tonight in this quick 5-game homestand. Tomorrow night, replica jerseys to the first 1,000 paid kids, courtesy of Milk, 3 a day, and KATV. It's a replica of the 1992 A-Travs jersey. And again, it goes to the first 1,000 paid kids who are 14 and under. Kids will run the bases after the game tomorrow night, as they will after Sunday afternoon's ball game against Springfield. It's Team Photo Day. The first 1,500 families getting a free Travs team photo, courtesy of Lando Frost. And if you just bring your church full into the ball game on Sunday, the entire family gets in for a total of just $6. If you're an AARP member, you get in for free for any Sunday home game this year just by flashing that valid AARP membership card. But only kids get to run the bases after the game, not the AARP members. 664-1555, the number to dial. You can visit us online at Travs.com or just show up at the Ray Winder Field box office and we'll sell you tickets right here. Also, don't forget about the Texas League All-Star Game, June 20th, brought to you by Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Tickets still on sale, $8 for box seats, all ages. General admission prices are $6 for adults, and kids 14 and under will get into the All-Star Game for only $3. Get your tickets now. It is assigned seating for the Texas League All-Star Game, which, of course, bucks the usual trend at Ray Winder Field. And again, it is brought to you by Arkansas Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers. We're going to have the national anthem performed here at Ray Winder in just a moment. We'll take a break and return with a starting lineup. It's the Travelers and the Springfield Cardinals, Game 3 of the 5-game set on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because 2 great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and FCC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Quitting smoking is hard, and it's even harder to do it alone. The good news is there is help. Just call the SOS Quit line. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the information and program you need to get free of tobacco. And the service is free, too. Try it. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and start to get free. I promise, it's a great feeling. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call today.
Faithfully chronicling the Bush administration implosion.
Air America Little Rock.
1380 KDXE North Little Rock.
It is a gorgeous day for baseball here in central Arkansas. 92 degrees before game time starts. Winds up to 22 miles an hour, occasional gusts. And we don't have any chance for rain tonight, so we're expecting to have a big crowd for Reese's Really Nuts Night. Travelers coming on with a 14-25 record, last place in the Texas League North Division, 9.5 in back of Springfield. The Cardinals at 23-15 in first place with just 30 games left until the All-Star break. Here's the starting lineup for the Cardinals. Manager Chris Maloney tonight has the shortstop Mike McCoy leading off. Batting second will be center fielder Reid Gorecki, with Rico Washington hitting third and playing third base. Cleaning up, first baseman Juan Richardson, who has a 13-game hitting streak on the line today. Cardinals designated hitter Iker Franco bats fifth, his first game this season as a DH. Six hitters, right fielder Nick Stavinoha. The seventh spot occupied by left fielder Brian Martin. Gabe Johnson hits eighth. He'll be behind the plate. Batting ninth for the Cardinals is second baseman Rainer Laya. In that lineup is McCoy, Gorecki, Washington, Richardson, Franco, Stavinoha, Martin, Johnson, and Laya. Trav skipper Tyrone Boykin tonight puts Dwayne Bacon back in the leadoff hole after sitting the bench yesterday. Bacon in center field. Batting second is left fielder Aaron Peel, with Matt Brown playing third base and batting third today. Cleaning up is first baseman Greg Porter. Bobby Wilson batting fifth. He'll catch tonight. David Gates bats sixth. He plays right field. Designated hitter Jason Espino in the seventh spot. Playing shortstop today and batting eighth, Devin Day. And batting ninth at second base, Eric Rodlin. You will notice Brandon Wood is not in the lineup today. Wood gets his first day off of the year. Pitching matchup tonight, a couple of left-handers, each with the same style. Soft-tossing lefties, good control, keeps the ball down. Rich Rundles for the Cardinals, a 6'5 left-hander from Livingston, Alabama. In 8 games, he's gone 3-2 with a 3.74 ERA. And on the mound for the Travelers is Daniel Davidson, another left-hander, 6'4", 225 pounds. Davidson is 1-4 with a 5.51 ERA. Davidson picked up his first win of the season on May the 2nd, had an outstanding performance against only the top-hitting team in the league, the Corpus Christi Hooks, limiting the Hooks to 6 hits and 2 runs in 8 innings and a 5-2 win. But since then, Davidson has really had some trouble, giving up 16 runs in 2 starts, totaling 10 in the third inning. Team's batting .400 against Daniel over the last 2 times he has pitched, so this will be a big start for Davidson. Hopefully he can give the Travs 7 to 8 strong innings of work. Your umpire crew on a Friday night here in Little Rock. Behind the plate is Wink Martindale. Chuck Woolery calling the outs at third base. And over at first is Monty Hall. First pitch coming up in just a moment on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ascu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Make your plans now to see the best racing under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway, June 8th, 9th, and 10th. You won't want to miss another incredible finish like this one from 2002.
Here we come once again. It's going to be the line. The winner's going to be Sam Ornish Jr. by 96 thousandths of a second.
The Oak Creek Homes qualifying day for the IRL and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be Thursday, June 8th. And on Friday, June 9th, David Starr, Dennis Setzer, Todd Boda, and the rest of the Craftsman Truck Series will go door to door and heat up the asphalt in the Samstown 400. But the weekend would not be complete without the fearless drivers of the Indy Racing League at speeds over 200 miles per hour in the Bombardier Learjet 500 Saturday night, June 10th. Could it be Dan Weldon, Sam Hornish Jr., Tony Kanaan, or Danica Patrick claiming the Texas victory? Don't miss the action under the lights. Call 817-215-8500 or visit TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We're set for baseball here at Raywinder Field. Daniel Davidson is warming up out on the pitcher's mound. The sun is shining brightly. It's a gorgeous day for baseball, and the only thing we're looking for tonight is an Arkansas Traveler win. Last Travs victory came almost a week ago, Saturday night, Game 2 of a doubleheader split with the Tulsa Drillers. Trav won that ball game by a final of 8-5. Since then, the Travs have lost by scores of 10-1. Lost 6-5 after holding a lead in the 8th inning at Tulsa Monday, then losing the last 3 games by scores of 9-4, 8-4, and 10-2. Been a lot of blowout losses recently for the Arkansas Travelers, and so there's been games that seemingly have been decided by the time you get into the 5th or the 6th inning, which doesn't help all that much for attendance at the ballpark, and it also doesn't help that much for the psyche of the ball club more than anything else. That's the thing that we're I don't know if worried is the right word, but you just don't want the Travs to start getting into any kind of routine where they go into a game expecting to lose. And I don't think that this ball club at the moment has that mindset. You may remember from the 2002 edition of the Travelers that finished 51-89. In the second half of the season, that team went into the game almost expecting to lose every night. This ball club still feels they've got a chance to win any game that they play in, and they should be right about that. Daniel Davidson will have to give a strong start. Davidson pitched against Springfield on opening night back on April the 6th, giving up 3 runs in 5 1/3 innings. Got a no decision in the game, but the Travelers won it 5-4. Davidson has lost his last 2 starts, had no decisions in his first 3 appearances, and has had all 5 of his decisions, 1 win and 4 losses over the last 5 starts. First batter he faces Mike McCoy, right-hander, and your first pitch of the game missed a little low, and we are underway at 7:12. Game time temperature is 93 degrees. McCoy has started the last 2 games with a double and a single, which has set the tone. The 1-0, and McCoy will take a little bit off. There's a strike on the outside corner. Our plate umpire, Wink Martindale, a little slow on the strike call. So it's 1-1 on McCoy, followed by Reid Gorecki and Rico Washington. McCoy hitting .246. Here's the pitch, and it is a strike on the inside corner. The count goes to 1-2. 1-2 on McCoy, who has struck out 32 times this year. Davidson has whiffed 22 in 49 innings. And ahead with a 1-2 count. Here's the leg kick and the left-hander deal. And it's hit in the air to left field by McCoy going towards the corner. Aaron Peel has a beat on it. In fair grounds, he makes the catch on the warning track. Tell you what, the ball carried for Mike McCoy, who's only collected 4 extra base hits this year, but they're about 10 feet away from hitting it off the left field fence. But for the first time in this series, Mike McCoy does not reach base in the first inning. Fielders behind Daniel Davidson tonight, and left is Peel, Dwayne Bacon in center, David Gates in right. On the infield, third to first is Matt Brown, Devin Day at short, Eric Rodlin at second, and Greg Porter at first. Bobby Wilson doing the catching. Gorecki, a right-hand batter, and Davidson deals. And missed a little low with a changeup, ball 1. Gorecki has hit 10 homers this year, but over this series, got 4 hits, including a triple and a double, driving in 3 runs. Here's a 1-0. And Gorecki takes low, ball 2 from Davidson. On deck, Rico Washington. You don't want Washington batting with anybody on base. He is hitting .462 against the Travs. Here's the 2-0 from Davidson. And Gorecki pops it up behind the plate. Bobby Wilson takes off the map, but that's going to hit the roof. And is a strike. 2-1 on Gorecki. The other numbers on Daniel Davidson, allowing a .312 batting average against. 59 hits and 49 in the 3rd innings. He's walked only 16 and struck out 22 and allowed 4 home runs. Here's the windup. The 200 Gorecki is inside, ball 3. Gorecki in his second year at Double-A hit under .200 with the Cardinals last year before getting demoted to the Florida State League, but started this year with a flourish, hitting 10 homers last month. A 3-1, a strike on the outside edge, and Davidson winds it full, 3-2. Davidson, who led the Travs with 13 wins last year, posted 25 wins the last 2 seasons. 3-2 is popped up out of play on the roof at first base. Still a full count on Gorecki. Davidson has done nothing but win over the first 3 years of his career. 13th round pick in 2003 from Florida State. 33 wins over his first 3 seasons. But only 1 win in his first 8 starts this year. Here's the 3-2 and another foul ball hit by Gorecki off to the right. And the count remains full. So Davidson battling. Here's another 3-2. And another pop-up, but this one will stay in play. Foul territory. Down the right field line. Greg Porter from first is underneath it, and he'll make the catch. Backpedaling into right. 2 outs. Cardinals have scored 3 runs in the first inning over the first 2 games of this series. Davidson hasn't had much trouble in the first this year. He's only given up 1 first-inning run. But where Davidson has had his big troubles the third inning, where he's allowed 9 runs, and he has a 6-inning ERA at 11.81. Rico Washington, the batter, a lefty. Davidson's slider hits the outside corner for an 0-1 count. Washington is 5 for 10 over this series, but still no runs batted in. He's scored 3 times. The 0-1 is pulled foul on the ground, and Davidson ahead 0-2. Washington, a first-year Cardinal farmhand, who's been with the Devil Rays the last couple of years, hitting 307 with 7 home runs and 31 RBIs, ranking second in the league in men driven home. Here's an 0-2, and it's ripped on the right side of the infield for a base hit to right field. A 2-out single by Rico Washington will bring up Juan Richardson. Richardson capped the offense for the Cardinals yesterday with a 3-run homer in the 8th off Aaron Pullen. It was a disputed home run. Umpires said that it hit the Miller Lite good call sign above the Arkansas Federal Credit Union sign. Ty Boykin of the Trav saw it differently, but the umpires made the call, and Richardson got that 3-run homer and finished with 5 RBIs. Hits on the way, and Davidson hits him the swing and miss at a changeup, and it's 0-1. Arkansas Federal Credit Union, by the way, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers. 0-0 in the top of the first. Richardson, a right-hand batter. He's at 373 on the year. Davidson deals and gets in the swing and miss on another changeup, and it's 0-2. Richardson standing 6'1", weighs 215. He is solid. Played with the Reading Phillies last year, Double-A for Philadelphia. Asked for timeout just as Davidson came set, and he gets out of the box. Wink Martindale grants him timeout. 2-out single by Rico Washington. Now Richardson hitting. He's homered 5 times, driven in 19. The bulk of his offense this year coming over a current 13-game hit streak. 0-2 is up high, ball 1. During this hit streak, Richardson is batting 21 for 45. 16 RBIs over 13 games. Wilson's target low and away. Davidson's pitch is just off the plate outside. A changeup. And there was a good eye by Richardson. That pitch floated towards the outside corner. Had a late movement right off the plate. Nice pitch by Davidson, but a better eye by Richardson. Short lead by Washington at first base. Porter holds him on, playing in front. Davidson ready. Here's the 2-2. And Richardson takes inside and takes a full count. On deck is designated hitter Iker Franco. Davidson has walked 16 batters this year, 8 of them coming over 2 starts. Walked 4 men in his opening game at Springfield, 4 walks in his last start. Here's the payoff. Washington runs, and it's chopped foul off the body of the hitter. Looked like it got Richardson on his foot while he was still in the batter's box, and the count remains full, 3-2. Richardson out of Dominican Republic, 26 years old. He's been with the Phillies since 1999. This is his first year away from Philadelphia. Payoff on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a changeup. And a nice job by Daniel Davidson for a scoreless first inning. First time the Cardinals don't put up a run in the first inning this series. We'll go to the bottom of the first, and the Travs coming up to the plate. Cardinals, no runs. 1 hit, 1 man left. This is Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KZXE.
In 1998, New York City marathon runner German Silva made a huge mistake. 1/2 mile from the finish line, he took a wrong turn. When he heard yells from the crowd and saw the looks on their faces, he realized his mistake. He immediately turned around, but the error cost him a crucial 15 seconds. His only hope for winning now was to sprint to make up for lost distance. Did he have the energy? Could he do it? He later said, too much work had gone into this race. I had to fight it out. He was able to make up the lost distance and finish first in his division, but only because he refused to allow a wrong turn to knock him out of his quest for the prize. I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the church at Rock Creek. You know, there are times in life when we make a wrong turn, but when we discover that it was a wrong turn, the wise person changes direction.
Cotton candy here. Get your cod. Any peanuts?
Nope.
Hot dog? Slushies?
Nada.
Camel corn?
No.
Can I get something other than cotton candy?
Think of blue, mister. Think of blue.
Variety is a good thing, especially when it comes to orthopedic services. That's why Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas provide the most comprehensive orthopedic care the state has to offer, from outpatient procedures to rehabilitation and prevention. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Healthline at 227-8478 and get back to the things you love.
Actually, I do have peanuts.
Really?
Nah, just kidding.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Here come the Travs in the bottom of the first inning, taking aim against Rich Rundles. They haven't seen Rundles since the first series of the season. Actually, the second game of the year, Rundles appeared in relief. It was his first outing ever as a Cardinal. And the Travs only saw him for one inning. And what do you know, but Jason Espino hit a home run off of him in that ball game. Rundles has been a starting pitcher ever since, and he's pitched pretty well to the tune of a 3-2 record and a 374 earned run average. Rundles standing 6'5", 180 pounds. Very tall left-hander from Livingston, Alabama. Originally a third-round draft pick of the Boston Red Sox in 1999. Dwayne Bacon leads things off tonight. Switch hitter batting right hand, and Rundles puts the first pitch right down the pipe for a strike. Bacon did not play yesterday. Played on Wednesday, went 0 for 5, stealing a base, scoring a run. He's hitting .215 with 3 homers and 12 RBIs. Rundles delivers an 0-1, and it's fouled by Bacon at the plate, strike 2. Aaron Peel batted leadoff yesterday. Bacon back in his customary leadoff hole tonight with Aaron Peel batting second. Travs not playing Brandon Wood today, though he is available for pinch hit duty in the later inning. Rundles with an 0-2 count on Bacon. Here's the pitch. Slider broke inside before Bacon brought the bat around. He checked the swing, and on the appeal, the first base umpire, Monty Hall, said no deal. So it's Bacon, Peel, and Brown here in the first. Dwayne 3 for his last 28. He's only scored 1 run over the last 8 games. 1-2 pitch, bounced along the third base line, foul. Third baseman Washington giving chase in the foul territory. Count remains 1-2. Rundles, 24 years old. He'll be 25 on June the 3rd. Was traded to the Expos by Boston on the trading deadline in 2001, and he was picked up by the Cardinals as a free agent this year. A 1-2 count on Bacon. Rundles was with 24 this year. Pitch is chopped to third. Backhand by Washington next to the base. Take his time and flip across to retire Bacon, 1 away. Here are the rest of the Runders. The numbers on Rundles. Ball players shouldn't have names that are tongue twisters, or at least broadcasters should be able to say their names anyway. Rundles has numbers like this: 43 hits allowed in 43 2/3 innings, given up 6 home runs, 1 in each of his last 4 starts. Walked 14, struck out 24. Teams hit .261 against him. Here's Peel. First pitch is low, ball 1. Peel hitting .257, 2 homers and 13 RBIs. Comes in today with a hit in 7 of his last 8 games. No one on for Peel. Washington a step behind the bag at third. Here's the 1-0 from Rundles, and Peel slices it foul over the Arkansas bullpen in right field. Hits the groundskeeping area, and it's a 1-1 count. No score, bottom of the first. Cardinals got out to leads of 7-0 and 5-0 over the last 2 games. Daniel Davidson set him down to the top of the first, stranding a man. So it's the Travs' chance for their first lead of this series. Rundles delivers a 1-1, and Peel is jammed. Rolls to short, right to McCoy. Easy play, and the routine ground out retires Peel 6-3. Peel goes behind Rundles. Ryan Martin in left. In center is Reid Gorecki and Nick Stavinoha in right. Third baseman Rico Washington. It's McCoy short. Rainer Laya at second base, with Jared Hoffpower given the day off. And at first, Juan Richardson. Gabe Johnson is the catcher. Matt Brown stands in. Brownie with only 4 hits in his last 9 games. Got a base hit yesterday, finishing 1 for 5 with an infield single. Right-hand batter. First pitch is low, ball 1. Brown's average still at .291, however, so even this slump has kept his numbers more than respectable. He's homered 6 times, driven in 17. Count 1-0, bases empty for Brown, 2 outs. Rundles delivers. Brown backs away, and it's down and in, ball 2. Two outs, no one on for Brown at 2-0 count. Rundles throws to the plate, and Brown grounds to short, right to McCoy again. And a rather routine throw to first base, and the Travs go down in order in the first inning. Not much doing in the first. We'll go into the second. 0-0 ball game on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in central, north central, and northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin-Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone, nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We'd like to welcome the folks from Reese's Really Nuts for coming out to the ballpark tonight. Reese's Really Nuts Night at Ravender Field, most passionate fan contest coming up today, and also the peanut throwing contest. The folks from Reese's Really Nuts will be here for the Texas League All-Star Game on June the 20th, and the most passionate fan from each of the leagues across minor league baseball will be coming here to Little Rock for the Texas League All-Star Game, and the winner of the most passionate fan of the minor leagues will receive an all-expenses-paid trip to beautiful Hershey, Pennsylvania, courtesy of Reese's Really Nuts. It's the sweetest town in America. Top of the second and a 0-0 ball game. Daniel Davidson about to face the 5-hitter Iker Franco of the Cardinals. Right-handed DH. And the first pitch to Franco is slapped out of play on the right side for strike 1. Franco getting his first start as the designated hitter. He's 2 for 10 in the series. Scoring twice. Got a double yesterday. And the 0-1 on the way from Davidson. Franco takes a slider high, ball 1. Franco, Nick Stavinoha, and Brian Martin to bat in the second for the Cardinals. Davidson faced 4 hitters in the first. Franco bats .293 with 4 homers, 19 driven in. And the 1-1 pitch to the right-hander missed inside, ball 2. Gabe Johnson gets the start behind the plate today for Springfield. Dan Moylan, who had been splitting some catching duties, is on the disabled list. The 2-1 on the way from Daniel. And Franco hits a high fly ball to straightaway center. Dwayne Bacon going back. Warning track at the wall. He leaps. He's got it. Great catch by Dwayne Bacon. Back up against the fence, crashing into the batter's eye. Takes away an extra base hit from Iker Franco for the first out of the second inning. As one of the toughest catches for a center fielder to make is a high fly ball that takes straight over your head. You got to go up against the fence on a gravel warning track. Nice play by Dwayne Bacon. Nick Stavinoha now stands in, right-hand batter, and a pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Stavinoha came off the disabled list 2 nights ago after spending a good 16 days on the DL with a severely sprained ankle. What did he do in his first game back? He had a 3-run homer on Rick's Armory. Here's the 0-1. Fastball at the knees, called strike 2. Stavinoha, 3 homers, 14 RBIs. Davidson way up high with a fastball backing him off. Stavinoha hitting .313, 3 for 9 over this series. Nobody on for Stavinoha. And here's Davidson's kick. The pitch missed low, a breaking ball, and it's even at 2-2. Stavinoha standing 6'2", and a chiseled 225 pounds. Strong throwing arm and a lot of power. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Davidson, both of them coming on a changeup. So at the outset, Davidson appears to have the stuff working. If he's getting batters guessing incorrectly on changeups, he's going to have a big game. He's already struck out 2 of the first 6 men that he's faced on the change. And now here's Brian Martin, our first look at Martin this series. Delivery is down and in for a ball. Martin has been losing some playing time now that Stavinoha is off the disabled list. The 34th game Martin has played in, hit .253 with 2 homers and 11 RBIs. Kind of hovers over the plate, bouncing the bat off the right shoulder. The 1-0 from Daniel is a strike at the knees, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Nothing ball game in the top of the second. Springfield won yesterday 10-2. They've won both games of the series after dropping 4 straight to Wichita. Here's a 1-1, and Martin takes the breaking ball low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. New baseball given to Bobby Wilson by the plate umpire Wink Martindale. Here comes Martin back into the batter's box. The infield playing deep all the way around. Davidson winds, deal. Changeup fouled at the plate. Changeup is working beautifully right now. Daniel will throw a fastball in the mid-80s. Curve, change, and a slider. His changeup has almost a screwball motion. It'll move low and away to a right-hander. It moves a lot more than your average changeup. Here's a 2-2. High and inside with a fastball, a purpose pitch. Let's see if Davidson comes with a change of pace after coming high and tight. Martin has struck out 19 times. Davidson has whipped 2 of the last 3 batters. And this pitch has popped out of play over the right side, keeping the count full. Davidson already with his 3rd full count of the night. Daniel had a lot of full counts in his last start. He only went 4 2/3 innings, running out of pitches by the time he got into the 5th. Here's the wind and the payoff to Martin. Swung on line drive today at short, and he'll grab it for the final out of the 2nd inning. A 1-2-3 frame pitched by Daniel Davidson will take us into the bottom of the 2nd, and a 0-0 score on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
The romance begins at Cupid's. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donaghy Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perelman in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Trans games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs come to the plate in the bottom of the second inning with a 0-0 score. I'm Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE. Game number 40 of the 2006 baseball season. That means we got another 100 of these left. That does not count the 2006 Texas League All-Star Game on June 20th. Tickets available by dialing 664-1555. Go online to Travs.com or just show up at the Ray Winterfield box office. Here's Greg Porter to lead off the second against Rich Rundles. A bit of a lefty-on-lefty situation. And Rundles works from the windup and delivers. Porter will take high and inside for a ball. Travs actually has 3 left-handers in the lineup today against Rundles. And Rundles allowing only a 200 average against other southpaws. Porter is hitting .310 on the year. Here's the 1-0. Outside, ball 2. And Porter hits left-handers a lot better than you would expect. In fact, he hits lefties at .286. Not quite at the clip that he bats against right-handers, .316, but .296 is pretty good. Here's the 2-0. Greg swings, high drive in a deep center field. That ball's going over the screen monster. It's a freeway shot for Greg Porter. Hey, the Travs have the lead, 1-0. First lead of the series. Number 5 for Greg Porter and an absolute bomb over the Shell billboard. A good 60 feet over the Shell billboard. Look out South Monroe Street. Greg Porter is taking aim at you today. So Rundles has now given up a homer in 5 consecutive starts. Porter hits his 5th of the year and his 4th over the last 2 weeks. Bobby Wilson stands in, and it's 1-0 Arkansas. First pitch to Wilson, a strike at the knees for an 0-1 count. The thing about Rundles is he's given up the homers 5 in 5 starts, but he has not allowed 2 homers in any start this year. The 0-1 to Wilson, swing on a line drive foul over the visiting bullpen in left field, strike 2. So the Travelers take their first lead of the series against Springfield, 1-0. Their last lead was a quick half-inning 2-0 advantage at Tulsa on Tuesday night. Here's the 0-2 to Bobby, and it's outside, ball 1. Wilson was 1 for 5 with an RBI double last night. Cracked 7 doubles this month and is hitting .359 in May, raising his season average to .306. The 1-2 from Rundles. Low and outside, a drop curve. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On deck, David Gates. Porter's home run is the Travs' 42nd of the year, which ties them with Springfield for the top home run team in the league. The 2-2 on the way to Wilson. Swung on, fly ball, shallow left field. Shortstop McCoy has a call on that, and he's made the catch for the out, and Bobby Wilson is out number 1 of the second inning. Now it'll be David Gates coming up. The second-year Traveler continues to see his playing time drop. It is the 17th game out of 40 that Gates is getting a chance to swing. Hitting just .193 with 1 homer and 5 RBIs. Gates has started to get the motor going, but still, it's very rare to see his name in the lineup card on consecutive nights. Pitch on the way to Gator. Swings and fouls it back, strike 1. Gates last played Monday, and here we are on Friday. Tough to stay sharp and stay crisp when you haven't played in 4 days. The Gator has hit in 6 of his last 7. 0-1 to the right-hander from Alabama. Rundles deals the 0-1. Gates swings, fly ball, deep left field. Going back, Martin at the warning track. He'll stop. The ball is off the Arkansas Federal Credit Union sign, and a 2-base hit for David Gates as he pulls into second. Came darn close to another home run. Travs are swinging the stick here in the second inning. Greg Porter, a 3-way home run. David Gates, a 1-out double. Here comes Jason Espita, who hit his first home run of the year against Rundles back in April the 7th. Since then, Espita has homered 5 other times. .268 hitter this year with 6 homers and 16 RBI. And he's got Gates at second base, trying to extend a 1-0 lead in the second against Rundles. Lefty from the stretch checks the runner. Deals, and Espedo swings and misses out of slider. Strike one. Espedo was 1 for 3 with an RBI double yesterday. Travs had some serious problems driving in runs last night, leaving 13 men on base, 7 in scoring position. And a man at second right now with one away. That's Gates. Hits to Espedo, pulled slowly to the second baseman. Rainer Laya right there to field it, and he'll flip to first, retiring Espedo 4-3. On the second out of the inning, David Gates advances to third. Now Devin Day has an RBI chance. Devin getting a start at his 4th different position with the Travs. First start at shortstop for Arkansas. He had played some shortstop at Rancho Cucamonga, but for the most part, Devin has been a second baseman and a center fielder for Arkansas and played in center last night. A 2-out RBI opportunity. Right-hand batter, Rundles from the stretch, delivers high, and it's 1-0 on Day. Devin playing in his 9th game with the Travs is 3 for 29, 1 RBI, and it came with a bases-loaded walk. Gates at third base, 2 outs in the infield deep. Rundles with a 1-0, and Day fouls it right back into the chicken wire fence. 1 ball, 1 strike. Travs grab a 1-0 lead in the second on the Greg Porter 3-way homer. Led the inning off with a shot, and it was the second pitch of this inning. 1 ball, 1 strike today. Rundle set, and the big lefty throws. Day grounds to short. McCoy moves into the hole 1 step, picks it, throws to first, high, safe at first base is Day as Richardson pulls his foot off the bag. And Gates scores from third base, and it's 2-0 Travs. Here comes Chris Maloney out of the dugout, and the Springfield manager has a beef with Monty Hall, the first base umpire. The throw from McCoy was high. Richardson tried to keep his right foot on the bag going to the tiptoes, and it's tough to tell from up here whether or not he was able to keep his foot on the base. But Chris Maloney is livid at the moment, and he has been ejected from the game right now. I guess he didn't make a deal with Monty Hall. Chris Maloney has taken off his hat, and he is seizing in foul territory, 10 feet past first base. Monty Hall getting an earful. Maloney slowly starts to walk back into the third base dugout, and he'll get serenaded by his former home fans. The second time we've seen Maloney get ejected as the Cardinals manager in his second year with the Cardinals. Of course, Maloney managed the Travs in the mid to late 90s for 3 seasons, and Traveler fans that have been here for that long were quite used to seeing Maloney's antics on the hill. And when he goes out to argue it, he's even got a little bit of a smile on his face as he walks back into the dugout. So Joe Cunningham, another former Traveler, will take it over as the interim manager for the rest of the night. And that play 6 is an error on the shortstop. McCoy, no RBI for Devin Day. 2-0 Travs. Eric Rodman will now bat and take a pitch low for ball 1. Again, that call could have gone either way. Tough to tell from up here whether or not Richardson's foot was on the base. But I'll tell you what, if his foot was off the base, not by that much, maybe by a millimeter. Rodman, a left-hand batter, hitting .339, tops on the active team. There goes Day running with a pitch. It's outside. The throw to second is on the money and in time for the out. And so Day caught stealing 2-6 to end the second inning. The Travelers put up 2 runs on 2 base hits, 1 rather large error, and 1 manager ejected for Springfield. Travelers 2, Cardinals nothing, heading into the third inning on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Make your plans now to see the best racing under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway, June 8th, 9th, and 10th. You won't want to miss another incredible finish like this one from 2002.
Here we come once again. It's the line. The winner's going to be Sam Orange Jr. by 96 thousandths of a second.
The Oak Creek Homes qualifying day for the IRL and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be Thursday, June 8th. On Friday, June 9th, David Starr, Dennis Setzer, Art Boda, and the rest of the Craftsman Truck Series will go door to door and heat up the asphalt in the Samstown 400. But the weekend would not be complete without the fearless drivers of the Indy Racing League at speeds over 200 miles per hour in the Bombardier Learjet 500 Saturday night, June 10th. Could it be Cam Weldon, Sam Hornish Jr., Tony Kanaan, or Danica Patrick claiming the Texas victory. Don't miss the action under the lights. Call 817-215-8500 or visit TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong.
Do you have an interest in broadcasting, enjoy baseball, and are looking for a part-time job opportunity? Well, maybe we have what you're looking for. KDXE AM 1380 is the home for Arkansas Travelers baseball, and we need to add to our staff of board operators for Travelers games. Your responsibility will involve the process of putting Arkansas Travelers games on the air. The work schedule includes weeknights and weekends shared with other staff board operators. No experience in broadcasting is necessary, and learning our system for game broadcasts is easy. If you're interested, give us a call at 501-221-1380. That's 501-221-1380.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
2 innings in the books here at Ray-Winder Field. The Travs have a 2-0 lead and hand the keys of the car to Daniel Davidson. Davidson has faced 7 hitters over 2 innings, striking out a couple, allowing just 1 base hit. Got some help defensively from Dwayne Bacon and Devin Day in the second inning. Bacon making a leaping catch against the center field wall, and Devin Day grabbed a line drive by the 7-hitter Brian Martin. So Davidson starts the third with the 8-hitter Gabe Johnson. Our first look at Johnson this series. He last played Tuesday at Wichita, going 0 for 4. Right-hand batter. Davidson, a left-hander from the windup. Here's a pitch. Swung on, high fly ball into shallow right. Eric Rodman backs up from second. Takes a look at the sky, gives way to the right fielder, and David Gates charges in and makes the catch. And gets the first out of the inning on the first pitch to bring up Rainer Laya. Laya, the 9-hitter, is 1 for 11 as a Springfield Cardinal. And getting his first start of the series as well. Right-hand batter standing deep in the box. Shows bunt, runs up and takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Laya, who missed 2 seasons, 2001 and 2002, not even getting a single at-bat. His second year with the Springfield Cardinals. Soft grounder to second, right to Rodlin. He'll throw to first base, and there's 2 quick outs in the third inning. Davidson could use a quick inning. Daniel threw 38 pitches in innings 1 and 2 total. He's only thrown 3 pitches for 2 outs here in the third. Let's go to the top of the Cardinal order now, and Mike McCoy. Davidson has faced 9, allowing just 1 man to reach. McCoy, not one of the men to reach. He's flat out to left in the first. Right-hand batter, 3 for 10 in the series. Brown in at third. Here's the pitch. About to show slug bunt, but instead takes a strike over the outside corner. Brown will continue to play 1 step in at third base. The other infielders back at normal depth. Davidson winds up. The 0-1 to McCoy is a little dribbler in front of the plate. It'll be Davidson making the play, third base side. Off balance throw. Porter does the split. And the out recorded 1-3. Great play by both Daniel Davidson and Greg Porter. Stars all around for the pitcher and the first baseman. A 1-2-3 inning for Davidson takes us into the bottom of the third, and it's still 2-0 Travs on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta
to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah.
I'm a burrito in every time.
Moe's Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National Trade Weekend Special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Black Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Ray Winter Field to go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the Travelers enjoying a 2-0 advantage. Both runs coming in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Greg Porter, a leadoff home run, and Devin Daves, ground ball to shortstop, which was thrown high and wide by the shortstop McCoy. Scored David Gates from 3rd base, so Travelers get an unearned run last inning and 1 earned run. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, we start with number 9 batter Eric Rodland, who was at the plate when Day was caught stealing to end the 2nd inning. Rich Rundles will go from the windup, and he delivers. And Rodland takes a sweeping breaking ball low, ball 1. Both Traveler hits coming in the 2nd, a double by David Gates and the Porter homer. Rodland hitting a team-high .339 with 1 homer and 14 RBI. Here's the windup. And the 0-1 is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Dwayne Bacon and Aaron Peel will follow next. Pitch on the way to Rodland. Misses wide. Two balls and a strike on Rodland. 1 for 3 yesterday, hitting .356 this month. And the pitch is low and outside, moving the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Rundles, no walks yet. 14 on the year in 44 innings. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on, fly ball to the right fielder, Stavinoha. Just has to take 2 steps in to grab it. And Rodland is out number 1. Go to the top of the Traveler order now, and Dwayne Bacon. Checking the Texas League scores. You got that doubleheader at Wichita tonight. Tulsa Drillers and Wranglers getting in a pair of games. Wranglers lead 2-1 in the first game, going into the 7th. Wranglers had their 5-game winning streak snapped yesterday. They're 7 games in back of Springfield. Tulsa just 2 games out. Here's Bacon, right-hand batter, shows bunt, got it down the 3rd base line, scooped up by Washington. He was ready for it. The throw across the diamond beats Bacon by 2 steps, and there's 2 away. Not a bad idea by Bacon, but a really nice play by Washington with perfect positioning. Midland leading Frisco 3-0 there in the bottom of the 4th. And San Antonio and Corpus Christi are in the top of the 3rd inning with a 0-0 ball game. Corpus Christi's 10-game winning streak is the longest winning streak in the Texas League since 2003 when San Antonio won 18 straight games. Pitch on the way to Aaron Peel. Right down the middle for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Peel grounded out to shortstop in the 1st. He is 3 for 8 in the series. 2-0 Travs at the bottom of the 3rd, but nobody on base. Rundles winds, hands over the head. The 0-1 to Peel is low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on the right-handed batting left fielder for the Arkansas Travelers. Peel, 6'1", 190 pounds. Target on the inside corner, and Peel pops it up to the first base dugout. He'll get past the dugout and into the seat. And that is strike 2 on Peel. Remember, the Travs playing today without Brandon Wood. He is available, but getting his first day off. Wood's been mired in the slump for his last 12. Deserves a day off. He hadn't had a day off all season. Here's a 1-2 to Peel. Ground ball up the middle. Gloved by the shortstop McCoy. Moving up the middle. He'll flip across the diamond, and the Travs are done in the 3rd. They retired 1-2-3 by Rich Rundle. So 3 innings in the books quickly at Ray Winter. We'll go to the 4th, and it's 2-0 Arkansas over Springfield on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent for 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company. Northbrook, Illinois.
Get out today and hit the links. Stone Lakes. Stone Lakes Golf Course is rated as one of the best public courses in the state. Sporting beautiful bent grass greens, plus lush fairways and tees. Stone Lakes has matured over the past 3 years into a true test of golf. Stone Lakes features reasonable green speed and 18 lake-style holes located 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Call 945-0945 for Stone Lakes or visit online at stonelakes.net.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Welcome back to Ray Winder Field. He's played 3 innings. Phil Elson with you. We'll give you the totals right now. Starting with the visiting Springfield Cardinals. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error. The Cardinals have stranded 1 man. And the Arkansas Travelers numbers are 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. Daniel Davidson back on the mound in 3 innings. He's allowed only 1 base hit, set down 9 of 10 men faced. He has used some defense behind him. A couple of strikeouts as well. We are joined this inning by Karen Carter of the new AT&T. Karen has been at the ballpark today, part of a new, we're going to call it a tradition, I guess. Not yet a tradition, hopefully next year. The AT&T autograph booth. We had some travelers signing autographs before the game for free. Worked out pretty well. I thought Karen had a lot of people come down for autographs.
It was a lot of fun. We saw a lot of children just having a really big time.
Reid Gorecki, leadoff batter of the 4th round to shortstop, and it's thrown away by Devin Day. But how about the kid in the 2nd row of the Optimist dugout who just made a tremendous catch on an air-mailed throw by Devin Day? I mean, forget about the error for a minute. You got a 10-year-old right down there who's got lightning-fast reflexes. That was a great play. And he's getting high fives from all sorts of his friends, and I mean, he just made the play of the day. Never mind Dwayne Bacon's leaping catch against the batter's eye in center. We got a celebrity now in the 2nd row in the Optimist dugout. That'll be an error on Day. Gorecki moves to second base on the throw that went into the seat. So Rico Washington now stands in. Davidson will deliver from the stretch. Washington takes inside, ball 1. So the response was good to this. Now, you guys came out today, and it actually came out yesterday, Karen. Now, the thing that I wanted to talk about was the brand new wireless hotspot here in Central Arkansas that is better known as Ray Winder Field. Yes, folks, this ballpark is now wireless.
It is now an AT&T Wi-Fi hotspot.
Pitch to Washington is inside, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. So that means, Karen, that anybody could come into Ray Winder Field with a wireless Palm Pilot or a wireless laptop, any kind of wireless device, and they could get high-speed internet and watch the Traveler game
at the same time.
Pitch to Washington, high, ball 3, 3-0.
We started the installation yesterday. We're going to do final testing next week, and it will be ready for the fans with the next home stand Tuesday, May the 30th. And the good thing about that is that's a noon game.
It's a business person special.
Yes, we can work during the game.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. And it is a strike right down the middle, 3-1 to Washington. Reid Gorecki at second after the 2-base error. Washington, the batter, with a 3-1 count. Nobody out. Arkansas over Springfield. So that's the perfect day to get people to come out to use that wireless. Davidson will turn to second, not throw the ball. We call it business person special. We want people to know that, yeah, you can get work done here at Ray Winder Field. I would, however, have a little precaution. I'm going to let you know on that in a second. Davidson ready. And the 3-1 to Washington, check swing, foul ball. He didn't mean to hit it, but he did. Straight back into the screen, 3-2. You're so close to the field, down first base and down the third base line. If you're going to use a laptop, you might want to use it behind the chicken wire fence.
Yeah, get behind the fence just to be safe.
That's where your seats are located, too.
Exactly.
AT&T and Singular Wireless. That seat, the smart seat, right behind the right behind the batter. Pitch a little outside.
And anybody can use our Wi-Fi service. For customers who subscribe to AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet, we offer the service for $1.99 a month for unlimited access anywhere in the country.
And, it's just $2 a month to get Wi-Fi access at any number of hotspots anywhere. And here in Central Arkansas, I know there's a whole list of places that you can use the AT&T Wi-Fi. As Juan Richardson steps in after Washington took that pitch outside, he walked, so the tying runs are aboard for the Cardinals. We got their top hitter Richardson batting on a 13-game hit streak. Davidson from the stretch delivers inside ball one.
Right, those include the Little Rock Regional Airport, the River Market, all the McDonald's, Barnes & Noble stores, Embassy Suites hotels, and these are places all over the country, and also, soon to be, Ray Winder Field.
Throw over to second base by Davidson, not in time as Gorecki got the right foot in there. It's amazing when you think about it, how easy it is to install wireless internet in a house or a business. I've had it in my house for the last 3 years. But you installed wireless internet at a 74-year-old ballpark. The 1-0 to Richardson is low, and Davidson has missed with the 2 in a row to Richardson, a 2-0 count. That says how easy it is to install this. Folks, when Ray Winder Field was built, wireless was AM radio, and that was it. Now there's wireless internet. How easy was it to install this wireless internet at the ballpark?
It's a little cable and a router.
That simple. All you need is a phone line. We all have that. Here's the 2-0 to Richardson. And there is a strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-1. So the idea also, I think, Karen, you brought up the idea of trying to turn Dickey Stevens Park into not just a hot spot, but more or less a wireless building.
Exactly. For that particular venue, we'll have multiple access points. So, with the seating out in dead center field, it doesn't matter where you'll be able to go in the ballpark. You'll be able to work while you're there if you choose to.
2-1 pitch fouled up by Richardson, 2-2.
We also support Singular Wireless's The Edge and a lot of platforms you can work off of, and you don't have to be an AT&T customer to use it.
Davidson needs an out, 2-2, no one gone. 2-on. Stretch, kick, no pitch. He's going to look back to second base. Baseball and internet go hand in hand, and I know a lot of people a couple of years ago, I think the first Major League ballpark that got wireless internet was known as SBC Park. Now it's AT&T Park in San Francisco. A lot of people thought, why? There's a chopper to third, ground charging, backhand bobbles, reaches across, tags the runner, gets the out at third base, that's it. That was an interesting-looking play by Brown. A hot chopper to third, had a backhand at about 10 feet off the line, bobbled it. That cost him a chance for the out at second, but he reached behind himself and tagged Gorecki, so 5 unassisted at third. Washington advances to second, and Richardson on fielder's choice at first. That'll bring up Iker Franco. But, Karen, to return to that, baseball and internet work hand in hand. Fantasy baseball, hello. It's all internet-based. All the statistics are available not just in the major league but in the minor league on the internet, and you can follow the game on the internet as well. So it's not something I think that can take your attention away from the game. It can really add to the experience of going to a ball game. Pitch to Franco was low, ball one.
It's a lot easier to hear your radio broadcast via the internet as well.
That would work too. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to have to remind people of that. Yes, fans, bring that laptop out to the ballpark, turn the volume on 11, and get that broadcast going for us. There's a 1-0 to Franco. Here it is. And it is low, ball two. Franco flied out to the center field wall in the second. It took a leaping catch by Dwayne Bacon for that out. Davidson pitching behind the count quite a bit in this inning. He's behind 3-0, 2-0, and now 2-0 again on Franco. Still holding a 2-0 lead. Davidson ready. A glance at second. Deals. Swung on, grounded foul outside third base, and that's strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike.
For the next home stand, would you guys face Frisco? We'll have our Wi-Fi up and working, and if you're an AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet customer, you can have unlimited service for $1.99 a month. If you are not an AT&T customer, you can still come out the ballpark and use it. When you open your browser, there'll be a splash page, and you can use a credit card, and it's just a couple bucks per hour.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good price considering you go to a hotel, and some hotels charge you $10 a day. Mm-hmm. Here's a 2-1, high and outside, a count of 3-1 to Franco with Nick Stavinoha coming up on deck. Karen, there's something I want to ask you about. I might have to get to it after this at-bat, but we've been doing the AT&T call to the bullpen this year at the ballpark, and the script says talk, surf, watch, go, and save. And I want to ask you exactly what all of those mean. The 3-1 to Franco is high and outside, ball 4, bases are loaded for the Cardinals with Stavinoha coming up. If you say talk, everybody thinks AT&T.
That's our voice product.
Phone. Surf.
That's our internet product.
AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet. It's Talk, Surf, Watch. What are we watching?
AT&T Dish Satellite TV.
And save. How exactly can you save? You got a bundle of things here.
There you go. The more products that you have with AT&T, the more you can save. There are discounts on top of discounts for the additional products.
Dangerous situation. Power hitter Stavinoha at the plate, bases loading. First pitch, fly ball to right field. Gates will get underneath it and make the catch. And tagging from third is Washington. He'll score the first Springfield run. The other runners hold, so the tying run remains at second base for Springfield. Stavinoha on a sacrifice fly gets his 15th run batted in. It'll be an unearned run.
And Phil, you can even add Singular Wireless to that bundle. You know, discount off of Singular Wireless, and it all comes on one bill, and only one bill to pay.
It's been some exciting times for AT&T. Had the name change from STC over to the new AT&T, which is a name that everybody is familiar with. A lot of services under one umbrella. And there's been a big campaign around the country and really around the Texas League. Every single ballpark, AT&T has a pretty heavy presence. Pitch on the way to Martin. High and outside, ball one. And you guys have been wonderful to work with. This has been the first year that AT&T has had some signage of the ballpark in a couple of years. And we hope that it's all gone well, especially today with the AT&T autograph booth.
It has gone just super. We've been extremely pleased. And with the Wi-Fi out here at Ray Winder, it's just our bullpen for the new ballpark. We're just getting warmed up.
Here's a check swing by Martin for a strike. He missed it on a high fastball, 1-1. Now, Karen obviously I think has outed herself as a big baseball fan. She doesn't just come here when there's something to do for AT&T. She comes here to watch baseball. Here's the 1-1 to Martin. Swung on bouncer over the mound, headed up the middle. Jake loves it, flips over to Roslin. He drops it at second base. Everybody is safe. Richardson was thinking about scoring, but he holds it third. That'll be the second error of the inning, perhaps. They would have had the out at second if Roslin holds onto that ball. I think he tried to grab it with his bare hand. But Day made a nice play just getting to it and back at second base. And if he was going to get the out at second, it took a pretty awkward-looking flip. But Roslin just unable to squeeze it. Here's an error charged on Roslin on the play for the second error of the inning. Still no base hits in this inning for the Cardinals. They're loaded up again for Gabe Johnson, the 8-hitter. Davidson's pitch is outside, ball one. At third base, Richardson. Franco at second, Martin at first. 1-0 to Johnson is low, ball two. Couple inning here for Davidson, but you got a feel for him. 2 errors behind him. He's also walked 2 men. Stats line, a fielder's choice. Could have been 5 outs by now. Johnson fly to right field in the third. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Took a big hack at a high fastball, and it's 2-1. So, Karen, have you always been a big baseball fan?
For as long as I can remember.
Cardinals?
Cardinals. My dad used to bring me to Ray Winder Field when I was a child. We'd go to Busch Stadium.
Here's 2-1. Ground ball, base it into left field by Johnson. Game tied. Richardson scores. Here comes Franco around third. He'll throw home, is cut off, and it's 3-2 Springfield. 2-run single by Gabe Johnson, and the Cardinals score 3 unearned runs here in the fourth. They're not yet done, however. There's men at first and second base. Still 2 outs. Ken Patterson will emerge from the Traveler dugout. The pitching coach will go talk to Davidson. Big problem for Daniel this inning isn't necessarily the errors. He's been pitching from behind the count quite a bit. He's been behind 2-0 on 3 hitters and was behind 3-0 on another. Rainer Lyle will be the next batter. Phil Elson joined by Karen Carter of the new AT&T. Karen just wrote a note saying that she's a jinx. Do you feel bad, Karen? You came up here
with a 2-0 lead. 2-0, and whoops, now we're behind.
Well, don't worry. I mean,
we need 1 more out.
Look, I'm the one who should feel like the jinx. I'm here at every game. And they've lost 9 of 10, so we can't take too much credit for that, I guess. So now that the autograph booth is complete for the night, you still have the table down there, I think, for...
We took the tent down.
The table down. Now you're actually going to get to be a fan.
Exactly. I get to go sit in my seat and watch the game.
And hopefully, once Daniel Davidson can get the final out of the fourth, You'll be able to go enjoy the rest of the ball game. You sit right underneath the broadcast booth. I can just look down and say hello. Here's Laya. Laya grounded out in the third. 2 on, 2 out. Martin and Johnson on the bases. First pitch is right down the middle for a strike. That is the first pitch strike this inning thrown by Daniel Davidson. Laya has driven in only 1 run this year. He's 1 for 12. The left-hander delivers, and the right-hander Laya swings and fouls it back. Strike 2.
We just need 1 more. Put him in the book.
Karen, before this inning is over, I hope, as someone who grew up at Raywinder Field, what's your thoughts about the new ballpark at Dickie Stevens next year?
I can't wait for it. It's going to be fabulous.
Here's the 0-2. Laya takes high. Ball 3. Pardon me, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Laya. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to go over to the new ballpark site tomorrow with Mike Lindskog, the Springfield announcer, and kind of show it off. The big hole in North Little Rock, as we like to call it. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up right side of the infield. Greg Porter, fair territory, inside the line, makes the catch. And the 4th inning comes to a close. The Cardinals put up 3 runs on just 1 hit, 2 traveler errors, and 2 men left. Karen, you're not a jinx. You turned this ballpark wireless, and we thank you very much for that, and thanks to you and everyone else in the new AT&T for coming out tonight for a successful evening.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having us.
Our pleasure. It's 3-2. Cardinals grab the lead. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard credit card. Cash back, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For a limited time, we'll give you 1,000 rewards points, and you'll get a low 2.9% annual percentage rate on qualifying purchases. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at afcu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
Liberal progressive radio. It sounded like a dream.
Come true.
Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDX North Little Rock.
Travs give the lead right back to the Cardinals, allowing 3 unearned runs in the top of the 4th inning. And so the Travs now find themselves behind by 1 run, 3-2. Matt Brown will lead things off in the 4th against Rich Rundle. We'll check the scores around the major leagues on the Southwest Airlines scoreboard this inning. See what's going on in interleague play. First, Brown steps up after grounding out in the 1st inning. Here comes Rundle's first delivery to Brown. Swings and fouls it back for strike 1. Brown followed by Greg Porter and Bobby Wilson. Got one final in the interleague ball games. In the Windy City on the south side, the Chicago White Sox defeated the Cubs 6-1. Mark Beerley tossed a 2-hit complete game. 5-2 his record. He beat Greg Maddox. Pitch to Brown is high, ball 1. A ball and a strike on the Travs third baseman. Jim Thome hit his American League high 17th home run. It's amazing to think that there were some questions as to whether Thome was going to be able to come back to the American League and hit as he used to when he was with Cleveland. Here's the 1-1 to Brown. High, ball 2, 2-1. In progress at Cleveland, the Indians lead Pittsburgh 4-1 after 8. Eddie Perez and Grady Sizemore have gone deep for the Tribe. Freddie Sanchez for Pittsburgh. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it's low and away, ball 3. They're calling the interleague series this time around, the natural rivalry series. And as a native Pittsburgher, there's no natural rivalry between the Pirates and the Indians. If it was the Steelers and the Browns, I think there's a rivalry there, not baseball. 3 balls and a strike. Rundles delivers. Brown swings and misses at a fastball. Cincinnati and Detroit. I don't see the natural rivalry there either. It's 9-4, the Reds leading in the top of the 7th. Adam Dunn and Rich Aurelia home runs for the Redlegs. The Tigers, who hold the best record in the American League at 27-13, got a homer from Marcus Thames. Here's the payoff to Matt Brown. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, and he strikes out to start the 4th. First strikeout of the night for Rich Rundles. And here comes Greg Porter. Here's a natural rivalry because they're both in the Sunshine State. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays 3 and the Florida Marlins 2. Boy, that's been a heated rivalry since day one. Dan Ugla has homered for the Fish, his 6th of the year. First pitch on the way to Porter. Slider. Strike one called at the middle of the plate. Porter hit a moonshot in the second. Smacked a ball over the dead center field screen monster over the freeway. It was his 5th home run of the year. And Porter's now hitting 14 of 15 games. Lefty to lefty. Rundle throws and Gregg is jammed. Grounds right to the second baseman. Laya charges in and flips the first, getting Porter, and there's 2 outs. Here's a real natural rivalry, and you Cardinal fans understand that. Kansas City 5, St. Louis 3. Albert Pujols at his Major League best 20th home run. Reggie Sanders went deep against his former team for Kansas City. Oakland and San Francisco tonight by the Bay. Noah Lowry versus Dan Herron. Herron, a complete game his last time out. Barry Bonds is expected to play. It's to Bobby Wilson as high ball 1. Rundles has set down the last 5 batters ever since Devin Day reached on a throwing error in the 2nd inning. 3-2 Springfield, bottom 4, no one on for Wilson. Pitch popped up, first base side, out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike on Wilson, who was 0 for 1 today. San Diego and Seattle also later tonight. Chris Young for the Padres, Jared Washburn for the M's. Get to those games in the National League stadiums in just a moment. 2 outs, 1-1 to Wilson. Rundles gets the sign, winds, kicks, and delivers. Wilson grounds to third base. Backhand by Washington at his knees. Stands up and flips across, and that's a rather easy inning for Rich Rundles. He has set down 6 in a row. Travs go down in order in the 4th. We'll go to the 5th. Springfield 3 and Arkansas 2. You're listening to Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress, headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use directed.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Monday. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
4 innings complete. We go to the top of the 5th with nightfall starting to settle into Little Rock. Beautiful, beautiful day, and we hope to have the same kind of weather tomorrow night. First 1,000 paid kids to Raywinder Field receive a free Travs replica jersey, courtesy of Milk, 3 a Day, and KATV. 85 degrees at the moment with winds from the southwest at 10 miles an hour. Not a single cloud in the sky as it gets into the latter part of the early evening, and pretty soon it'll be full-time night. Top of the order for the Cardinals, Mike McCoy stands in against Daniel Davidson. Davidson outstanding over the first 3 innings and had a very difficult fourth. McCoy was the only man not to bat, and he lines the first pitch off Matt Brown's glove. Ricochets to shortstop, and Devin Day is just going to hold on to it. Boy, Brown was playing at the cut of the grass at third, and the ball almost hit him in the face. He reached up and gloved it. It not necessarily gloved it, but it kicked off the glove, and Matt might not have had exactly the amount of time he was looking for to be ready for that hard hit liner. So a leadoff single for Mike McCoy. Reid Gorecki steps into the batter's box. Davidson will throw to first base, and he fooled McCoy, but the runner still gets back in. Davidson threw 29 pitches in the fourth inning. He's thrown only 43 pitches over his first 3 frames. Davidson gave up 3 runs in the fourth. They're all unearned. He did walk a couple of men. Line drive, caught at third by Brown, and that time he's able to hold on to it, and off Gorecki's bat, 1 away. Davidson giving up some pretty hard line drives here. That time, Brown saved an extra base hit by backhanding that hard liner. 1 away. McCoy saves at first, and here's Rico Washington. Lefty to lefty. There'll be a throw to first base, and McCoy is back. Washington singled in the first, walked in the fourth, and scored. Springfield ahead by a run, 3-2. We'll get back to that American League, the Interleague scoreboard in a moment as the pitch comes to Washington, and it looks at a ball low and outside. Real natural rivalry at Washington, D.C. Baltimore 4, the Nationals nothing in the 7th. Whereas those two teams are actually business partners in the Mid-Atlantic Sports Network. The 1-0 to Washington. Curveball low, ball 2-0. Boston and Philadelphia, bottom of the 7th inning, Red Sox leading 5-1. David Ortiz, Jason Varitek, and Mike Lowell have homered for the Sox. Shane Victorino for the Phillies. A 2-0 count, a throw to first, and McCoy is back. Yankees and Mets at Shea Stadium. 6-6 score, bottom of the 6th. The Yankees put up 6 runs in the top of the first. The Mets answered with 3, and they played into the bottom of the 6th tie game. 2-0 to Washington. Ground ball to first, gloved by Porter. Inside the line, throws to second for the out. Hustles back to first base, and Day's relay wraps him up for a 3-6-3 double play. Nice play by Porter and Devin Day. A scoreless 5th inning for Daniel Davidson. 1 hit, nobody left. Halfway through our ball game tonight. Bottom of the 5th coming up. And it's the Springfield Cardinals leading the Travs by a score of 3-2 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. No, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lit, hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
You
Bottom of the fifth inning coming up here at Ravender Field. Travs have had the last 6 men go down in order against Rich Rundle. Meanwhile, the Cardinals put up 3 unearned runs in the top of the fourth, and Springfield carries the lead into the fifth inning, 3-2. David Gates will lead off the fifth against Rundles, who's thrown 47 pitches in 4 innings. Struck out 1 man, no walks. Of the 2 base hits, Gates had the last. A double in the second, scored on an error. 6, 7, and 8 hitters here in the fifth. Rundles from the windup. Pitch to Gates is skied on the infield, left side. Washington coming into foul territory. Inside the bases, makes the catch. And Gates is the 7th consecutive retired man by the left-hander Rich Rundle. Finishing the scores, Minnesota and Milwaukee, a tie game, 1-1 in the fifth. Houston and Texas in the fourth inning, 1-1 score. And Toronto trails Colorado on the top of the second, 1-0. Later tonight, it's the three-way series at Dodger Stadium. The Angels and the Dodgers. Jeff Weaver for the Halos at 1-6. Aaron Seeley for the Dodgers at 1-0. Here's Jason Esposito. Takes the pitch low, ball 1. Braves visit Arizona tonight. That is the only matchup of 2 National League teams. John Thompson for the Braves. Claudio Vargas for the Snakes. Here's the 1-0 to Esposito. Outside, ball 2, 2-0. Esposito grounded out in the second. 268 hitter and only 1 for 8 in this series. Rundles hasn't fallen behind much recently. Here's the 2-0 to Esposito. And it's high. Ball 3, 3-0. Cardinals 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Travelers 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors. Going on for Esposito. 3-0 pitch. Swing and a foul ball into the bleachers at third. It is not rare to see a Traveler swing at a 3-0 pitch. Esposito must have gotten a pitch that he was looking for. A fastball down the middle, just missed it a little bit. Now the 3-1 delivery. Swung on, fly ball left field. Back on it, Martin. Still going back. It's going to go over his head. He tripped, and the ball goes in front of him now. He'll pick it up on the left field grabs, and there goes Esposito into second with a stand-up double. When Martin got his feet mixed up in left field, not only did he not get a good read on that fly ball by Esposito, but he tripped before he got to the warning track. It would have cost him any chance to make the catch against the fence. So the double for Esposito, his 6th of the year. Tying run in scoring position for Devin Day. Day grounded to shortstop in the second. David Gates at third and 2 outs. And the throw was high by Mike McCoy, allowing Day to reach. Springfield lost their manager, Chris Maloney, as he argued the call of the first base umpire, Monty Holland, was ejected. Pitch to Day, allowing inside ball 1. Day 3 for 30 as a Trav. Been very valuable in the field, playing 4 different positions, and he's a pretty good infielder and a good center fielder. At the plate, Dave's been a little bit overmatched. A 1-0 count. Rundles a look at second, delivers. Day grounds to short. Esposito running to third. McCoy throws to third base, and Esposito is tagged out by Washington. So Day will be the base runner at first base. Esposito made the mistake of running as the ground ball was hit right in front of him. If it's hit behind him, he reaches third base. If it's hit in front of him, well, the base running coach would usually tell him not to run. So the tying run is now at first base instead of scoring position. Eric Rodman, the batter, flied out in the third. Left-hander. Rundle's a lefty, too. He'll kick and throw to first base. Almost threw it away. Richardson, the first baseman, had to come off the bag and step in front of the runner to save an error. Rundles, 8th start of the year, 9th appearance overall. 3-2 record. Pitch on the way to Rodman outside. Last year, Rundles was with the Nationals AA team in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The full-time starting pitcher and seemed to be a tough luck pitcher. Had a 4.18 ERA. With only 6 wins and 13 losses. Here's the 1-0. Rodlin, a check swing. It's low and inside, and there's no appeal. Ball 2. Rundles has been a full-time starting pitcher throughout his career with only 10 relief appearances. Long, lean left-hander. He changes speeds quite well. But a 2-0 count to Rodlin. Day leads off. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike on Eric. 3-2 Springfield, bottom 5th. Rundles has been at Double-A for the last 3 years, counting this year. Yet to get his first chance at Triple-A. Instead of a 2-1 pitch, he throws back to first base. Day is back in, standing up. Career record for Rundles, 31 wins, 43 losses. But an ERA coming into this year at 3.29, so he has been a tough-luck pitcher throughout his career. The left-hander deals a 2-1, and it sails outside to Rodlin, ball 3. Rundle's victories against Tulsa, 14-6 on April 11th. Beat San Antonio twice, 4-2 on May the 1st. And then won at home over San Antonio on May the 7th, 3-1. He lost his last decision 5-1 to Wichita. 3-1 to Rodlin. Roped fair down the first base line. Richardson dove for it, couldn't get to it. Ball rolls to the outfield, picked up by Stavinoha along the warning track. They'll send Day around third. Throw to the plate, drives, he's safe, and we're tied up. Rodlin advances to third base on a double and takes third on the throw home. 3-3 score as Day scores from first base on a double. Good play by Stavinoha, the right fielder. And the second baseman Laya with an accurate throw to the plate, but it was just too late as Day showed the speed. The official score has ruled a triple for Rodlin, not a double. So it's Eric's first triple of the year and his 15th RBI. Now the go-ahead run at third base. Dwayne Bacon, the batter. Corner's coming up. First offering is high and outside, and the count 1-0. A little two-out lightning for the Travs here in the 5th inning. Espino with a one-out double, but thrown out at third on the fielder's choice. And then Rodlin's triple drives in the tying run. Bacon has driven in 12 this year. Grounded out twice tonight. The 1-0 is down and away, ball 2, 2-0. Dwayne Bacon 3 for his last 30. No RBIs during the time. The 2-0 pitch. Swinging a line drive in the left. It's a base hit, and Dwayne Bacon has given the Travs a 4-3 lead. Rodlin crosses the plate. A couple of two-out hits here in the 5th inning make it 4-3 Arkansas. So Rodlin with his 15th RBI, Bacon with his 13th. And Blaze Ilsley jogs out to the mound for a chat with Rich Rundles, and the Fanometer makes his first appearance of the night. Good crowd on hand, and they haven't had much to root for over the last couple of days. Remember, the Travelers have had some tough luck here at home. They're 4-14 at Ray Winder Field. The last game the Travs won here at home, May 7th, 8-3 over Corpus Christi. Then the Hooks won 3 straight, and the Travs dropped the first 2 of this series to Springfield, so it's a 5-game losing streak at home. So these fans are thirsty for a win. Ilsley walks off the mound, back into the dugout, and it looks like the plate umpire, Wink Martindale, is kind of not too appreciative of something that Ilsley may have said about the strike zone. So here's Aaron Peel, who's grounded out to shortstop twice and is 0 for 2. Right-hand batter with Bacon at first. 15 steals for Dwayne, who's been caught only twice. Rundles with a slide step pitch, and it's fouled away by Peel over the first base roof. Rundles fooled Dwayne a little bit. Swain was on his way back to first base as the pitch was delivered. The Cardinals are a pretty stout team when it comes to throwing runners out trying to steal. Throwing out 50% of the attempted stealers. Here's the 0-1. In the dirt, there goes Bacon for second. Recovered by Johnson. The throw is on the money, and Bacon is out. And the fifth inning is over for the Travelers. They scored 2 runs with the aid of 3 base hits, no Cardinal errors, and nobody left. So we'll go into the 6th inning, and the Travelers have a 4-3 lead on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
An accident involving a large truck can cause a lot of damage. If you're injured, you need a law firm that knows what they're doing. And while facts differ and results vary, we've had a verdict as large as $12.5 million in a single tractor-trailer case. Put this experience on your side. Call us at Gary Eubanks & Associates. We'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ascu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Folks, you've never seen anything quite as nutty as what's going on the field at Ray Winder Field right now. The nuttiest fan contest taking place in third base foul territory. I guess wearing a couple of afro wigs and a couple of mullet wigs and a helmet that holds 2 beers. Who qualifies as nutty, and in fact the nuttiest one right now is Shelly, the Travelers mascot, who's dressed up as Elvis, better known as Shelvis to those in the know. It's been a while since we saw Shelvis. Did Karts just win? I think Mike Karts was just named the most passionate fan, and those who come out to games at Ray Winder Field, Karts is the guy in the Cubs hat that tries to field every foul ball down the third base line. He's in the first row. He never misses a game. And I think justice has been served. If Mike Karts is the most passionate fan, then all is well in the universe. And things going well at the moment. It's 4-3 Arkansas going into the top of the 6th inning. I'm Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock, 1380. Juan Richardson leads off the 6th. Daniel Davidson throws the first pitch of the inning, and it's grounded right to Matt Brown at third base. Routine play. The throw a little high, but Greg Porter stands 6'4", has the height to bring it in. And Richardson is now 0 for 3 on the ground out. That 13-game hitting streak is even further in jeopardy now. Iker Franco stands to the plate next for the Cardinals. Franco smacked the ball to dead center in the second, but Dwayne Bacon made a leaping catch against the fence. Then in the 4th, the only inning where Davidson has had a lot of trouble, he walked Franco, and he would eventually score a go-ahead run. The Cardinals had a short lead of 3-2. The Travelers put up 2 runs in the 5th, and it's Arkansas leading by a run now. Franco takes a high fastball, and it's a 1-0 count. Game 1 of that doubleheader at Wichita was won by Tulsa in 8 innings, 3-2. Pitch to Franco, a strike at the letters, and it's 1-1. The Wranglers carried a 2-1 lead into the 7th inning. Leo Nunez blew the save, gave up a run in the 7th and a run in the 8th, and Tulsa stuns the Wranglers in the first game of the double dip. Pitch low to Franco, ball 2, 2-1. So the Wranglers have now lost 2 straight after winning 5 in a row, and the Drillers pick up a half game for the moment. They're a game and a half in back of the Cardinals with another doubleheader game to play. Franco swings and misses at the 2-1 pitch, and it's an even count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Frisco and Midland are in the 6th. Rockhounds leading 3-2. Rockhounds 4.5 games in back of the Hooks. in the South Division. Here's a 2-2 from Davidson. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a fastball that was down and in. And it is strikeout number 3 for Daniel Davidson, and the first strikeout he's recorded since the second inning. Corpus Christi's 10-game win streak on the line at San Antonio. The Mission's leading at the moment 2-1 in the 5th. The Hooks have a 4.5-game lead in the South. Corpus Christi with a 26-13 record, which is the best record in the league by 2.5 games. Batter is Nick Stavinoha. Waves and misses at a Davidson changeup, strike 1. Davidson trying for a perfect 6th inning, and another swing and a miss by Stavinoha at a belt-high fastball. Davidson has thrown 2 perfect innings today. Second and third frames. He set down 9 of the first 10 batters he faced. Gave up those 3 unearned runs in the 4th, but has set down 4 in a row. Now the windup, and the left-hander's 0-2 is inside and almost hit Stavinoha's belt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stavinoha has struck out and hit a sac fly. The 1-2 is low and away with a changeup. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Davidson giving the Travs, hopefully, 6 innings here, and should have enough to get into the 7th. No one getting ready in the bullpen. The Travelers' pen is silent. 2-2. Line drive to right field. Gates is there. He's got it. And a perfect 6th inning for Daniel Davidson. Cardinals go down 1-2-3 for the 3rd time tonight. And we'll go into the bottom of the 6th. The Travs 4 and Springfield 3 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always follows the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Reward. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs coming to the plate in the bottom of the 6th inning with a 4-3 lead over the Springfield Cardinals. Travs trying to end a 4-game losing streak. That's actually a 5-game losing streak. He's trying to end 2 separate losing streaks today. 5 games in a row. And the Travs have lost 4 straight to Springfield after they had beaten the Cards in their first 2 meetings of the year in games 1 and 2 of the season. Aaron Peel leads off the 6th against Rich Rundles. Gave up a pair of runs in the 5th inning. He's given up 4 runs so far, 3 of them earned. Peel is 0 for 2, and he'll take a first pitch up high for ball 1 from Rundles. Peel was at the plate when Dwayne Bacon was thrown out trying to advance on a pitch in the dirt, and that was the final out of the 5th. Peel, Brown, and Porter here in inning number 6. Rundles winds on the 1-0 to Aaron. Is chopped at the plate foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. It ends up over the third base dugout. Travs scoring their runs today with a Greg Porter solo homer. Gates had doubled and came home on a throwing error by the shortstop Mike McCoy. 1-1 to Peel. Line drive, base hit between third and short, and Peel has his first base hit of the night. And for the Arkansas Travelers, it's base hit number 6. Now Matt Brown comes up. The last 2 Traveler runs coming in the 5th inning. RBI triple score by Eric Rodlin scoring Devin Day. And a run-scoring single from Dwayne Bacon that brought Rodlin home. Cardinals got their 3 runs in the 4th. Sacrifice fly by Nick Stavinoha. And a 2-run single from Gabe Johnson. Standing in is Matt Brown. He's 0 for 2. Right-hand batter, Rundle's a lefty. Looks at Peel and throws to the plate and is fouled back by Brown in front of a changeup. Strike 1. Brown grounded out to short of the first. Led off the 4th and struck out swinging. The only strikeout of the game for Rich Rundles came against Brown in the 4th. Left-hander gets a good look at Peel. Short lead. He'll throw to first base anyway, and Aaron is back in there. So let's see. It is Reese's Really Nuts night at the ballpark. I promised that I would eat a couple of peanuts on the air. These are good. Honey glazed peanuts. Roasted peanuts with a sweet and crunchy honey coating. Scoreboard Tommy said they tasted like Reese's peanut butter. There's probably good reason for that. Count 0-1 as Rundle sets. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Let's see how these babies sound. These are good. Put a little chocolate around it, you got yourself a Reese's Cup. The same taste. I'm going to finish this whole thing. Every fan in attendance tonight gets a free sample of the Reese's Really Nuts as they leave the ballpark. Brown pops up the 0-2, foul territory, first base side. Richardson has a play. Just next to the warning track, he'll make the catch, and there's one away. Brown 0 for 3. Reese's Really Nuts are even sold at Ray Winder Field. If you're the lazy type that would rather not crack your own peanuts, you can buy the Reese's Really Nuts, and they get cracked for you before they even go in the plastic bag. It's already done for you. They do the work. What do you want them to do? Chew for you? Porter, the batter, he's 1 for 2 with a home run. Solo shot on the second. Pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 1. Good to see that the folks at Reese's Really Nuts get creative with peanuts. There's only so much you can do, I guess, with peanuts at the ballpark. 0-1 to Porter. Look out, turned away from a fastball at his hip. 1 ball, 1 strike. Four to 3, the Travelers leading. Only George Washington Carver would have known to put some sugar on the peanuts and dip them in honey. The 1-1 to Porter. Swung on, ground ball to the right side, past the second baseman Laya into right field. A 1-out single by Greg Porter moves Peel to second base. And the Travs are set up here with 2 on and 1 away for Bobby Wilson. So Porter collects his second base hit of the night. Travs have put up 7 base hits today and 4 runs. There is action now in the Cardinal bullpen. Right-hander getting ready. It is Justin Garza getting loose in the Springfield bullpen. Rundles has pitched 5 1/3 innings, gave up the 7 hits and the 4 runs, 3 earned. Wilson is 0 for 2. He's popped to short, grounded to third base. Peel from second, Porter from first. The pitch is popped up in a shallow center. Gorecki comes in a few feet. and makes an easy grab, and there's 2 outs. So Wilson back in the dugout. He's 0 for 3 now. David Gates will come up. Gator double in the second, scored a run. In the 5th inning, he fouled out. Gator 1 for 2. Travs 4, Cards 3 in the last of the 6th inning. We got a ball game on our hands tonight after the Travs have lost the last 2 by scores of 8-4 and 10-2. 2 outs, and Rundles from the stretch. He delivers to Gates. He swings and misses. Strike 1. Gates has swung to the first pitch in all 3 of his at-bats so far. Trying to get aggressive when Gator has been talking a little bit about not playing much and trying to get in there and take the swings. Gates is not the kind of batter to get cheated, and he certainly is not an unaggressive hitter. Here's an 0-1 from Rundles. Gates swings, grounds to short, hard grounder, but right to McCoy. Underhand flip to the second baseman, and Greg Porter is forced out. 6th inning comes to a close. Travelers in the 6th, no runs, 2 hits, 2 left. 6 innings in the books. Go to the 7th. Arkansas Travelers 4, Springfield Cardinals 3 on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Make your plans now to see the best racing under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway, June 8th, 9th, and 10th. You won't want to miss another incredible finish like this one from 2002.
Here we come once again. It's going to hit the line. The winner's going to be Sam Hornick Jr. by 96 thousandths of a second.
The Oak Creek Homes qualifying day for the IRL and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be Thursday, June 8th. And on Friday, June 9th, David Starr, Dennis Setzer, Todd Boda, and the rest of the Craftsman Truck Series will go door-to-door and heat up the asphalt in the Samstown 400. But the weekend would not be complete without the fearless drivers of the Indy Racing League at speeds over 200 miles per hour in the Bombardier Learjet 500 Saturday night, June 10th. Could it be Dan Weldon, Sam Hornish Jr., Tony Kanaan, or Danica Patrick claiming the Texas victory? Don't miss the action under the lights. Call 817-215-8500 or visit TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong.
Do you have an interest in broadcasting, enjoy baseball, and are looking for a part-time job opportunity? Well, maybe we have what you're looking for. KDXE AM 1380 is the home for Arkansas Travelers baseball, and we need to add to our staff of board operators for Travelers games. Your responsibility will involve the process of putting Arkansas Travelers games on the air. The work schedule includes weeknights and weekends shared with other staff board operators. No experience in broadcasting is necessary, and learning our system for game broadcasts is easy. If you're interested, give us a call at 501-221-1380. That's 501-221-1380.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
2, 3.
The sounds you hear through the crowd microphone here at Ray Winder Field are the sounds of the peanut throwing contest involving a couple of the Travelers peanut vendors. At the moment, I think that Michael is probably going to be the winner. You know Michael. He's the guy who sells the cotton candy and the popcorn and the Cracker Jacks in the stands. Probably tries to sell a few other things at the same time. They're flipping peanuts, bags of Houston peanuts to, I think those are extra the Reese's Really Nuts. Yes, those are the Reese's Really Nuts that are being flipped to the interns. It's always wonderful to know that you don't leave the peanut vendors out of the festivity. Now we got to get Johnny the Beer Man involved in the next one. 6 innings in the books. We're in the 7th inning now, and it's 4-3. The Travs in front of the Cardinals. Daniel Davidson is back on the mound, and it will be Brian Martin leading off the 7th. Davidson from the windup. The pitch is fouled away for a strike. Here are your totals. First for the visiting Cardinals, 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. And the Cardinals have stranded 3 men on the bases. It's an 0-1 count. Martin is 0 for 2. Pitch to the right-hander is a strike at the letters with a fastball, and it's 0-2. Travelers totals, 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors, and 2 men left aboard by the Travs. Davidson kicks and delivers the 0-2 to Martin, and it is inside with a fastball, 1-2. Martin is followed by Gabe Johnson and Rainer Laya. Johnson, a 2-out, 2-earned single in the fourth inning. Laya hitless. Pitch to Martin, swing and a miss in the dirt, blocked by Wilson, looks for it, finds it. Right in front of the plate, he'll pick it up and throw to first to complete the strikeout. Not only did Bobby Wilson have to deal with that ball hitting the dirt, but it rested right in front of the plate with Martin's bat kind of hiding the ball. Martin dropped the bat in front of the plate. The ball sort of rolled into the ash bat and stayed right there. And Wilson was able to find it anyway. And Davidson has struck out 4 men. He's now set down the last 6 hitters. Gabe Johnson the batter, and Davidson gets in the cut and misses a changeup. Strike 1. Johnson fly to right in the third. His 2-out, 2-run single in the fourth inning put Springfield ahead briefly 3-2. Travelers put up 2 runs in the fifth, and Arkansas has the current 4-3 lead. Johnson back in. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another changeup from Davidson. Strike 2. Boy, if only the fourth inning didn't occur, Davidson would be working on one of the finer games of the year pitched by a Trav. The 1-2 is tight, ball 2. I'll tell you one thing, though, Davidson has still given up not a single earned run today. 6 innings, 3 runs unearned. The 2-2 to Johnson is low, ball 3. Davidson has thrown 97 pitches at the moment. His pitch count ceases at 110. No one warming up in the bullpen. Davidson will try to take it into the 7th inning stretch. Pitch on the way. Swinging it straight back into the screen. Count remains full to Johnson. Payoff. Popped it up. Right in front of the plate. Bobby Wilson has the bead, straddles the foul line at first, and grabs out number 2. I may have to sing into your microphone, Kevin. Here's Rainer Laya. The 9-hitter of the Cardinals is 0 for 2. Davidson winds, deals, and it's grounded to second base. Eric Rodlin is there. His throw to first will end the inning. Davidson has sent down 8 in a row. 3 up and 3 down for the Cards. It's time for the 7th inning stretch at Ray Winder Field. 4-3 Travs on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
He's been a sports anchor on TV. He's reported on games of the Kansas City Chiefs. He hosts NFL postgame shows week after week. But he still hasn't quit his day job. Gordon Docking is the Chief Executive Officer of St. Mary's Hospital in suburban Kansas City. He's distinguished himself nationally as an innovator in healthcare, impacting the design of the hospitals of tomorrow. But before he was CEO, he was a master's degree student at Webster University. Today, he's an achiever in many walks of life. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Pitch on the way, and you can check the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
They sang and they stretched at Ray Winder Field. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning now, and Arkansas carrying a 4-3 lead over the Springfield Cardinals. Card starter Rich Rundles has given up 4 runs, 3 of them earned in 6 innings on 7 hits. He has walked nobody. Jason Espino begins the 7th inning for the Travs and takes a pitch outside from Rundles for a ball. The right-hander continues to warm up in the Cardinal bullpen, Justin Garza. Espino is 1 for 2 with a double. Rundles with a 1-0. And a missed inside ball, 2 on Espino, 2-0. Following Espino, who's in the 7th spot, is Devin Day and then Eric Rodland. 2-0 count. Rundles delivers. Espino hits a high fly ball into deep right field. Stavinoha at the wall looking up, and it's gone. It's a freeway homer for Jason Espino. It's the second home run of the game for the Travelers, and the second time that Jason Espino has homered off of Rich Rundles this year. Number 7 for Jason Espino. He moves behind Brandon Wood for the team lead for only 1 home run. Espino 2 for 3. That was his 17th RBI of the year. Cardinals acting manager Joe Cunningham out of the dugout. And he's going to make a pitching change. He's got Garza ready to go in the bullpen. He left Rundles on to face Espino because it was a lefty versus lefty situation. And the Cardinals get burned by it. Travs 5, Cardinals 3. We'll have a pitching change right now. It's a call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Talk, surf, watch, go, and save. Do it all and get it all with services from the new AT&T. Your world delivered. Justin Garza, the new Cardinal pitcher, comes on in the 7th. The Travs ahead 5-3 over Springfield. We'll be back after 60 seconds on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like to be in control. So check out ATT.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you can get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if ATT.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at ATT.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and federal universal service cost recovery fee extra. High-speed internet and credit applied after 3 months paid service and excludes FUSF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/offer details. Not available in all areas.
Either A, B, or C, you correct. E-R-E-D. The correct answer is for you for
Call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T is complete. Justin Garza relieves Rich Rundles. Rundles goes 6+ innings, allowing 8 base hits and 5 runs. 4 of those runs earned. Didn't walk anybody. Rundles struck out 1 batter and allowed a pair of home runs. He's in line for the loss and hands the ball to Justin Garza for the moment. Garza stands 6'1", weighs 190 pounds. 9th round pick in 2003 by the Cardinals. Appears in his 4th game with Springfield, has yet to allow a run in 6 innings. Leading off, well, not leading off, is Devin Day. He takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Inning started with Jason Espino hitting a 2-0 fastball over the screen monster for his 7th of the season. Now the 1-0 to Day is right down the pipe, strike 1. Garza has pitched 6 innings with Springfield, giving up 4 hits, no runs, 4 walks. He has struck out 2. Day is hit by a fastball on the left shoulder. And he'll take his base rather calmly as Garza hits a batter for the first time in the Texas League. Garza began the season in the Cardinals Advanced A affiliate in Palm Beach, where in 12 games he allowed a 277 earned run average and has been promoted up here to Springfield. Eric Rodland steps into the plate, no outs, and Day at first. 5-3, Travs in front, bottom 7. Pitch to Rodland is high, and it's 1-0. Rodlin a flyout in the third. Then in the fifth inning, with the Travelers trailing by a run, Rodlin stepped up to the plate with 2 outs, had Day at first, roped a triple inside the first base line, and Day scored the tying run. Rodlin would score the go-ahead run when Dwayne Bacon singled in the left. The 1-0 pitch, a called strike over the low outside corner. 1-1 to the 9-hitter Rodlin. Garza in only his 4th game at Double-A out of Seminole Junior College in Oklahoma. Rodlin bunts. It'll be fielded by the pitcher. Second baseman Laya covers at first, and Rodlin's sacrifice bunt moves Day to second base. 1-4 on the putout, and you go to the top of the Travelers order with Dwayne Bacon. Bacon was 0 for 2 over the first 2 at-bats and then drove a 2-0 pitch into left field in the 5th to the go-ahead hit. Eric Rodlin scored on that single, giving the Travs a 4-3 lead, but Espedo's homer at the start of the bottom of the 7th makes it 5-3. That was Day at second and 1 out. A chance to make it a 3-run cushion, and the pitch from Garza is low at the knees, strike 1. Bacon getting his first at-bat from the left side now. As a switch hitter facing a righty Garza, Rundles was a left-hander over the first 6 innings. Pitch to Bacon, swing and a miss. Awkward-looking cut at a slider, strike 2. Day leading away from second with a shortstop McCoy paying his attention to him. Outfield is very shallow. Here's the 0-2 to Bacon. Popped it up. Third base side over the visiting dugout. Bacon will get at least another pitch. The left fielder Martin is playing towards the line and in. Center fielder Gorecki towards left center by a couple of steps and shallow. Stavinoha, the right fielder, is the only one of the outfielders that is at normal position. Richardson backs up at first. Quick pitch to the plate, catches Bacon looking on the inside corner. And Garza records the strikeout. 2 gone in the 7th. Now it'll be Aaron Peel coming up. Peel's line, 2 ground outs to shortstop and a single. That hit in 8 of the last 9 games. A single in the 6th. RBI spot, Day at second. And the infielder's basically leaving him alone. Pitch. Peel takes low, ball 1. Aaron Peel has driven in 13 runs this year. Still looking for that first RBI against the Cardinals. The 1-0 is outside, ball 2. Travs had real trouble scoring runs in spots like this yesterday, leaving 8 men in scoring position. And here this time, the Travs are ahead by 2 instead of trailing by 8. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Peel. Let a breaking ball go on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. Garza trying to complete his first inning of work after Rundles left in the 6th. The 2-1, swinging a pop-up out of play over third. Pardon me, Rundles left here in the 7th after allowing Espedo's leadoff homer. Cardinals lost their manager, Chris Maloney, to an ejection in the 2nd, arguing a call at first base. Cards have won 4 in a row against the Travs. Here's a 2-2 to Peel. Swing and a tip. And actually the plate umpire said he didn't tip it, so strike 3. The ball was dropped by the catcher. And his throw to first base will end the inning. Travelers get a run here in the 7th on Jason Espedo's leadoff homer. And they sprint Evan Day at second base. 7 innings in the scorebook. Travelers 5, Cardinals 3 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Traveler.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
Think of us like a thinking person voter's guide. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
Moving on to the 8th inning at Raywinder Field, the Arkansas Travelers have a 5-3 advantage over the Springfield Cardinals. Daniel Davidson is back onto the mound. He has given the Travs exactly what the doctor ordered. The doctor asked for a strong pinching performance to allow the bullpen a chance to save it in the 9th inning, and Davidson has worked through 7, scattering only 3 hits and 3 unearned runs. And leading off for the Cardinals here in the 8th, to the top of the order, Mike McCoy takes the breaking ball low, and it's a 1-0 count. Davidson is retired. The last 8 men that he's faced, McCoy reached with an infield single in the 5th, and he lines one over third base, and it's a base hit to the left field corner. Aaron Peel cuts it off, bobbles now. McCoy makes a wide turn and holds with a leadoff single. Peel's throw to second base, right on the money. McCoy would have been dead meat. Smart play by McCoy on his second base hit of the game. And Davidson's streak of men retired in a row stops at 8. So that'll bring the tying run up to the plate. It's Reid Gorecki, who's had 10 homers this year, ranking second amongst all Texas League players, but he hasn't hit a homer in 16 days. Gorecki tonight 0 for 3. Popped up, reached on an error, lined to third. First pitch, strike on the outside corner. Davidson is the only Traveler pitcher to go 8 innings in a game this year when he beat Corpus Christi 5-2 in Texas on May the 2nd. 0-1 to Gorecki. Breaking ball low, 1 ball, 1 strike. There is a pitcher getting ready in the Traveler pen, and it is Bill Edwards, a right-hander. Brown at the cut of the grass at third. Porter in front of the runner at first. Davidson's 1-1 is hit deep to left field by Gorecki. That is over Aaron Peel's head, and it hits the billboard. On to third base going McCoy. Here comes the throw to the infield. They'll try to score McCoy. Throw home is airmailed over everybody. And on to third base goes the tying run. Gorecki doubles and goes to third on a bad throw from the shortstop. So with nobody out, the Cardinals have a chance to tie the game with nothing more than a fly ball. Gorecki, sitting on a fat pitch, drilled it off the left center field fence. Peel made a good play getting it to the infield. The Devin Day's throw home was above Bobby Wilson. It was backed up by the pitcher behind the plate. And that errant throw with no error charge allows Gorecki to go to third base. Rico Washington, the batter, trying to tie the game now for the Cardinals. The infield will come halfway in. They got to get the out at home. Here's a pitch to Washington, and the left-hander takes low and outside, ball 1. Davidson would probably be out of the game if he wasn't facing the only left-handed batter in the Cardinal lineup. Washington is singled, walked, and hit into a double play. Here's the 1-0. A strike on the outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Washington still looking for his first RBI of the series. He's driven in 31 on the year, ranking second in the Texas League. Brown, Day, Roblin, and Porter all looking for an out at home. The 1-1. Washington hits it up the middle into center field for a base hit. That ties the game as Gorecki scores, and it's a 5-5 score. So 3 batters into the 8th inning. The Travelers' 5-3 lead turns into a 5-5 tie, and that's going to be it for Daniel Davidson. Tyrone Boykin out of the dugout. He's got Edwards ready to go in the bullpen. So the bullpen will not have a chance to hold on to the lead. Their assignment is to keep it a tie score going into the 9th. Edwards comes in. Davidson leaves to a smattering of applause. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Turn a double play with AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet. Like make calls and access the internet at the same time using just one line. Check it out at thenewatt.com. The new AT&T, your world delivered. So Bill Edwards comes on in relief in the 8th. It's a 5-5 score. Springfield has put up 2 runs, no outs in the 8th. We're back after a 60-second break on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
This is for Laura. Laura, what's up with those CDs you borrowed from Mariana and never gave back, huh? Listen, if you need music, sign up with the new AT&T. Get digital satellite TV so you can watch concerts, and high-speed internet so you can get the music you want fast. And give Mariana her CDs back. All that, plus local and long distance for under $90. So that's Laura's world. For everybody that's not Laura, if we can deliver options to her, we can deliver the right plan for you, too. Digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and local and long distance for under $90. Add Singular Wireless and save even more. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT or visit thenewatt.com today. Oh, and Mariana, you're welcome. SBC, now joined with AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2006 U.S. Olympic team. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and the Federal Universal Service Cost Recovery Fee Extra. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-270-0397 toll-free or visit att.com/bundle details. Not available in all areas.
AT&T call to the bullpen is complete. The Travs bring on Bill Edwards for his team-leading 16th appearance of the year. Edwards 3-1 with a save and a .372 earned run average. Makes his 17th appearance of this series. On Wednesday night, Bill Edwards pitched a scoreless 9th inning, giving up just a walk but striking out 2. And his charge is to keep it a 5-5 score. Davidson 7+ innings, 5 hits allowed. He only gave up 2 hits in the first 7 innings, and then the first 3 batters of the 8th all collected hard hit base hits, nothing cheap. Juan Richardson, the hitter, 0 for 3. Brown coming up at third with a go-ahead run at first. He'll look to bunt, pops it back to Edwards, throws over to first base, and no one there in time. Washington is back into first. Tough play because Greg Porter was charging from first base on the attempted sacrifice bunt, and he couldn't get back to first base in time. Really didn't have enough time. One unassisted. Here's Iker Franco. Franco is 0 for 2. Fly to the wall in center in the second. 4th inning walk score. 6th inning struck out swinging. And at first, Washington. 3 steals, 3 attempts. Big lead. Edwards sets, delivers, and it's tipped foul for strike 1. Edwards pitching 19 2/3 innings this season, allowing 22 hits and 12 walks. Has struck out 10. Franco back in. 2 for 12 in the series. 1 out, man at first. The pitch is low and outside. It's 1-1. Travs unable to hold their second lead of the night. They had a 2-0 advantage after the second. They come back from down 3-2 in the fourth. Took a 4-3 lead in the 5th inning. Had a 5-3 advantage thanks to Jason Espito's 7th home run of the season coming in the 7th. The Cardinals answer with 2 in the 8th. 1-1 to Franco. Fastball from Edwards, low, ball 2. Porter continues to hold Washington. Middle infielders looking for a double play ball. They turned one in the 5th that went 3-6-3. Edwards fires to first base quickly, and Washington is back in. Game tied here in the eighth. RBI double by Reid Gorecki. Scores on a single by Rico Washington. The 2-1 pitch. Franco skies it in a shallow left. Brown out from third. Day out from short. Tough play. Day called off by Brown. Brown makes the catch basket style right in front of the shortstop, about 20 feet into left. Two away, and here comes Nick Stavinoha. Tie game at 5. Stavinoha has been silent today. The exception of a sacrifice fly in the fourth, a strikeout, and a lineout. Washington takes a big lead. The pitch is a fastball for strike one. Washington has been taking good leads, but is not running. Hasn't even so much as flinched off of first base. Here's a stretch by the right-hander Edwards. The 0-1. Check swing on a curve. They'll appeal. First base umpire Monty Hall says no swing. 1 ball, 1 strike on the 6-hitter Stavinoha. Stavinoha with 3 hits in the series, 2 singles and a home run. 3 homers on the year, 15 RBIs. Washington leading away from first. 4.5 steps. Here's the 1-1, fouled right back into the chicken wire fence, strike 2. The best Daniel Davidson can get is a no decision. Edwards trying to make sure that Daniel does get that no decision. Here's a 1-2 to Stavinoha. Chopper outside third, foul. Edwards went to his slow curve. Stavinoha pulled it foul. These runs here in the 8th are the only earned runs charged to Davidson, 3 unearned in the 4th inning. Edwards came on, gets 2 outs. Richardson bunts to the mound. Franco pops up. Now a 1-2 count on the 6-hitter Stavinoha. Runner goes. Pitch outside. Wilson fires to second, and the tag is in time for the final out of the inning. Tag applied by the shortstop Devin Day. Washington caught stealing for the first time this year, and Bobby Wilson ends the 8th. The Cardinals tie it up with 2 runs on 3 hits, and nobody left. So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Travelers tied with Springfield 5-5 on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the 8th inning, and a tight game, 5-5. Biggest margin of a lead today has been 2 runs. The Travs have had 2 separate 2-run leads. Springfield had 1 lead at 3-2. Here in the 8th inning, Matt Brown leads off against Justin Garza. Garza got all 3 outs in the 7th inning after Rich Rundles left following the homer from Jason Espito. Brown to lead off 0 for 3. And the first pitch to Matt is low and outside for a ball. Brownie today has grounded to short, struck out swinging, and fouled out. Over the series, 1 for 12. Use a base hit. Here's the 1-0 to Matt. Takes it down the middle for a strike, and it's 1-1. Brown's still the team leader with 46 base hits, with only 4 in his last 38 at-bats. Here's Garza's 1-1. Fastball pulled, foul down the third base line, strike 2. Brown, Porter, and Wilson in the 8th. Porter has a couple of base hits, including a homer. Garza, a right-hander, making his 4th appearance at Double-A. Looks strong. The 1-2 to Brown. Tapper to second base. 2 bounces. Laya there. Fields it, flips it, and Brown is 0 for 4. 1 away in the 8th. It's been a while since the Travs played a tight ball game. Remember, they had a 2-run lead dwindle down in the 8th inning on Monday at Tulsa, lost by a run. Travs have still played more 1-run games than any team in the Texas League. They played 16 1-run games, winning 8, losing 8. Pitch to Greg Porter is outside for a ball. Where the Travelers seem to have their biggest trouble is losing blowouts. Arkansas has lost 9 games by 3 runs or less. The 1 to Porter. Swing and a foul back. Good swing, a little late. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pardon me, 0-2 should be the count on Porter. Porter, a swing, a home run in the 2nd. Solo shot to lead off the inning. Grounded out of the 4th and a single in the 6th. Garza delivers. Porter takes high. Count 2-1 of the Travelers' first baseman. Base is empty, 1 out. Here's Garza's pitch. Porter swing and a miss on a changeup, and it's 2-2. Garza looking very strong. Good off-speed pitches, decent fastball. 2-2 to Porter, tipped, dropped by the catcher. They're going to say he held on to it anyway. He dropped the ball. He dropped the ball. How can he drop it and still be a strikeout? He tipped that. Plate umpire Wink Martindale apparently had the other eye closed because Greg Porter foul-tipped that pitch, and it was dropped by Iker Franco. Now Ty Boykin comes down the third base line to figure out what's going on here. The plate umpire Wink Martindale, if he calls this a strikeout, it's a flat-out blown call. He's going to walk down the third base line and ask for the opinion of the third base umpire Chuck Woolery. Maybe Chuck has some better ears. And they're going to say that Porter is out anyway. Well, I heard the foul tip. Greg Porter heard the foul tip. Fans in the stands heard the foul tip. The umpires didn't, and those are the ears that matter. So Porter strikes out, and there's 2 away. That'll bring Bobby Wilson up, and Wilson is 0 for 3. No one on base. Here's a pitch, and it's low to Wilson, ball 1. Wilson has popped to short, grounded to third, and fly to center. Came in today hitting .359 in May. The 1-0 to the right-hander is low and outside, ball 2. Garza has set down the last 5 batters, 3 by way of strikeout. Travs haven't gone down in order since the 4th inning. Garza is 2-0 to Wilson. Swinging a line drive, base hit into right field. Go ahead run aboard on Wilson's first hit of the day. Base hit number 9 for the Travs. and this will bring David Gates up. Standing in is David Gates. Here comes Gator. Gates a double and a run scored in the second inning. Popped up in the fifth. Fielder's choice to shortstop in the sixth. Pitch on the way. Gates takes low and outside, ball one. 5 RBIs on the year for Gates, 1 home run. Wilson a lead from first. Richardson there for the hold. Gates holds the bat straight to the sky and takes a changeup low, ball 2. 2-0 on Gates. Cardinal bullpen silent. They have their trust in Justin Garza. 2-out single puts Wilson aboard. He singled on a 2-0 count. Gates now working with a 2-0 count. And the pitch is a fastball outside, 3-0. On deck is Jason Espedo. He's got a couple of extra base hits today. If Gates gets a 3-0 pitch to handle, he's going to go after it. Let's see if Garza puts it down the pipe. Here it is. He walks him low and outside. So now the go-ahead run goes to second base. Everything here with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Wilson singles, Gates walks. Cardinal pitching coach Blaze Ilsley not walked out of the dugout. He runs out from the dugout to the pitcher's mound. And they still do not have anyone warming up in the Cardinal bullpen. So Garza is on to clean up his own mess now. Going to go up against one of the hotter hitters on the ball club, Jason Espedo. Espedo was 1 for his first 7 in the series. Doubled and homered in his last 2 at-bats. Wink Martindale breaks up the meeting on the mound and brings the catcher Johnson behind the plate. Garza takes a look at the situation. He looks at second base. That's where Bobby Wilson leads off. Over at first is David Gates. The second baseman Laya plays deep. Shortstop McCoy shades up the middle, but he really isn't going to be holding Wilson on. Into the stretch. Here's a pitch. Espedo looks at a strike over the outside corner. Right-hander Garza, left-hander Espedo. Jason has driven in 17. A 270 hitter. Nothing in 1 the count. Garza, a long look for the sign. Takes it. Delivers the 0-1. Espedo fouls it back. Strike 2. So Garza, who fell behind 2-0 to Wilson, then 3-0 to Gates, after getting spoken to by his pitching coach, gets ahead 0-2 on Espedo. Now the stretch and the pitch. Outside, a changeup missing, ball 1. Espedo wheels the bat around with that open stance. Pumps it back and forth. Delivery. Swing and a flare and a shallow center, but it's an easy catch here. Laya and McCoy. The second baseman, Laya, makes the catch. And the Travs are done in the 8th inning. No runs on 1 base hit. 2 men left, and we'll take it into the 9th inning with a 5-5 tie on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
8 innings complete. We go to the 9th, a tie game, 5-5. Cardinals rally to tie the game in the 8th inning, scoring 2 runs. And the Travelers leave 2 men on base in the bottom of the 8th. Bill Edwards remains on the mound for the Travs here in the 9th inning. 2 Cardinals are warming up in the bullpen. Both right-handers. Got their closer, Mark Worrell, getting ready. Next to right-hander, Rick Scalamandri. Edwards to face the 6-hitter, Stavinoha. Followed by Brian Martin and Gabe Johnson. Nobody warming up in the Traveler pen. Stavinoha was at the plate when Bobby Wilson caught Rico Washington stealing to end the 8th. Lined up in the pitch from the right-hander, Edwards. And Stavinoha bends away from a tight curveball, and it's 1-0. Edwards faced 2 hitters in the 8th, getting 3 outs. The 1-0 to the right-hander. Stavinoha takes a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stavinoha is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. Swings at the pitch and grounds it foul outside third, strike 2. Tulsa beat Wichita in the opening game of a doubleheader today, 3-2. They have a 0-0 score in the top of the 4th in the nightcap. Edwards 1-2 to Stavinoha. Swing and a miss. Got him striking out on a fastball. So Stavinoha strikes out for the 2nd time. And for Bill Edwards, it's strikeout number 11. When the Travs come to the plate in the 9th, they start with the 8-hitter Devin Day, followed by Eric Rodlin and Dwayne Bacon. Remember, Brandon Wood is available for pinch hitting duty. He is not started today. Batter is Brian Martin. Edwards hits the inside corner with a curveball, strike 1. Martin is lined to short, reached on a fielder's choice to second, and struck out. The 0-1 to the right-hander. Ground ball to the right side, bouncing through the hole at second base. And a 1-out single for Martin puts the go-ahead run aboard for the Cardinals. Base hit number 7 for Springfield. Gabe Johnson now steps up. Johnson delivered a 2-run single in the 4th, which gave the Cardinals a 3-2 lead. Besides that, he flied to right and fouled out to the catcher. Edwards sets and delivers. Johnson tips it into the catcher's mitt, strike 1. 9th inning at Midland. Rockhounds over Frisco 5-2. Matt Allegra has homered for the Rockhounds, his first. Nate Gold went deep for Frisco, his 4th. 0-1 from Edwards. Curveball missing inside to Johnson, 1-1. Corpus Christi and San Antonio, a 2-2 tie in the 7th. The Hooks' 10-game winning streak on the line. Here in Little Rock, it's 5-5 in the 9th. The 1-1 pitch is a high fastball, 2-1. Johnson has collected just 9 hits this year in 42 at-bats. Right-hander rests from the bat on his shoulder. And the 2-1 runner goes. Swinging a liner to left field for a base hit. That's going to get past the outfielder. No cutoff by Peel. Throws to the infield. They'll hold up at third base Martin. Into second base goes Johnson on a wild throw to the infield. He'll get second base. And it's second and third for the Cardinals with only 1 out. Peel did a nice job cutting the ball off, but when he threw to second base, it was inside the base rather than right on second. A good throw nails Johnson. Second and third for the Cards, and here's Rainer Laya. Laya has driven in 1 run this year. He is 1 for 14 as a Cardinal. The infield is in, and Edwards delivers. Chopper to second. Stopped by the second baseman Rodlin. Off his glove into center field. A base hit. Martin scores. Johnson holds his third, and it's 6-5 Cardinals. Rodlin was able to stop that chopper over the mound, but he couldn't get it from getting past second base. It didn't go all the way into the outfield. It stopped on the infield dirt. But Laya, with only his second base hit of the year, gives the Cardinals a 6-5 lead. Now Worrell will continue to warm up in the bullpen, and the Travs forget about what's going to go on in the bottom of the 9th inning. Bill Edwards has to get out of this 9th inning situation. He lost the game on Monday, and at the moment, Bill Edwards is the pitcher of record tonight. First and third for the Cards for Mike McCoy. Shows bunt. Bunts it foul. Edwards started this 9th inning striking out Nick Stavinoha. Then the 7-hitter Martin collects his first base hit of the series, a single to right field. Then the 8-hitter Gabe Johnson collects his 10th hit of the year, a double to left, and then Rainer Laya with his second base hit of the season. These are 3 hitters that you do not expect to rally to give the Cardinals a 9th inning lead. Edwards steps to third, looks at first. He sold it well, but the Cardinals base runners didn't buy it. McCoy is 2 for 4. Right-hand batter. Brown up at third. Middle infield is for 2. Edwards' pitch is low, and it's a 1-1 count. Edwards needs the double play here. Another step at third. Fake throw to first. Nobody goes. Edwards ready. 1-1. Foul back. Strike 2. Cardinals have scored 3 runs this last time through the order. Starting in the 8th, the Travs led 5-3. And now Springfield leading 6-5. Pitch. Foul ball into the first base seat. One and two on McCoy, first and third for Springfield, then in the 9th, the 1 away. Edwards delivers, swing and a miss. McCoy twirled around on the fastball and strikes out. 2 gone. So Edwards has struck out 2 batters in the 9th, but the 3 batters that have put the ball in play have reached base. Here's Gorecki. His RBI double in the 8th inning gave the Cardinals a chance to tie. And first pitch from Edwards up high, ball 1. Gorecki doubled off the left field wall in the 8th inning, chasing McCoy home from first base. Gorecki went to third on the throw home and scored the tying run on Rico Washington's single. Now he has a chance to extend the Cardinals' 6-5 lead. Edwards throws a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Edwards ready, and it's a 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Line drive to right, a base hit. Gorecki knocks in Gabe Johnson, and Springfield has put up 2 runs in the 9th inning after scoring twice in the 8th. Another broken record for the Travelers. 7-5 Springfield. Deja vu all over again. This is not the first time we've seen this. It's not the second or the third or even the fourth. So Gorecki with 2 RBIs in the last 2 innings. Ken Patterson out to the mound to try to figure out a way to get one more out in the 9th, and then the Travs will need at least 2 runs to tie the bottom half. Well, Springfield waited to start the attack. He only had 3 hits over the first 7 innings. But since the 8th inning started, the Cardinals have put up 9 base hits. Now Rico Washington steps up. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Washington is 2 for 3. RBI single in the 8th to tie the game. He's also hit into a double play. 0-1 pitch. Curve outside, 1-1. Laya from second, Gorecki at first. And the 1-1 is roped into right field for another base hit. Picked up by David Gates. They will send Laya around third. He'll score. And it's 8-5 Springfield. 3 runs are home in the 9th inning. Third hit of the game for Washington, his second RBI. And now a pitcher gets up in the Traveler bullpen. Five runs over the last 2 innings for Springfield. And even some of the hardcore fans have gotten up and are going home. Juan Richardson, the batter, first and third. And a curveball missing high, ball 1. 5 hits here in the 9th. 3 runs. The only outs coming by strikeouts. 2 of them. Richardson 0 for 4. Pitch from Edwards outside, ball 2. Richardson has a personal vendetta here. He's looking to extend a hit streak to 14 games. At third base, Gorecki, Washington at first. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Chopper outside third, foul, strike 1. Miguel Gonzalez warming up in the bullpen, and it looks like he's ready to go. Hopefully Edwards can get 1 out. 2-1 to Richardson. Swinging a high fly ball, shallow right. Gates coming in. And Gates makes the catch. Damage done. 3 runs scored for the Cardinals on 5 hits. 2 men left. Travs need 3 to tie or 4 to win. Otherwise, it's a 6-game losing streak. 8-5 Springfield in the bottom of the 9th on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
Since 1901, the Arkansas Travelers have been making memories in the natural state, like John Young launching a home run over the Mills Freeway to win the '77 Texas League title. People still talk about the explosive performances of Captain Dynamite or the Travs leadoff batter for the 1976 season, 3'4" Roscoe P. Stidman, and the unbelievable home run heroics of recent Travs Tommy Murphy and Mike Napoli.
And it's a grand slam! Tommy Murphy wins the game with a walk-off grand slam!
Now Now you, your friends, and family are invited to create some memories of your own as the Travs charge to the 74th and final season at Ray Winder Field.
Double play ends it. The Travs are the East Division champions.
Come share the excitement as the Arkansas Travelers celebrate their history with another winning season. For tickets, call 664-1555 or visit Travs.com.
Henry Morales has hit another ball onto the freeway. Get out of here.
The Arkansas Travelers, still the greatest game on dirt.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Cardinals carry an 8-5 lead into the bottom of the ninth inning, and Mark Worrell comes out to try for the save. Worrell, the team leader for the Cardinals, with 12 saves. 12 save opportunities. Has saved 10 of them. That ranks him second in the Texas League, tied with Manuel Corpus of Tulsa. 3 runs in the top of the ninth inning for the Cardinals. They scored twice in the eighth to take an 8-5 lead over the Travs. Bill Edwards gives up 3 runs in 2 innings of work on 5 base hits. And so Worrell will try to close it out. Justin Garza in line for the win. Devin Day, Eric Rodland, and Dwayne Bacon are scheduled to hit. And apparently Brandon Wood is not going to be hitting as Day stands into the batter's box. Worrell, a submarine and right-hander from Boynton Beach, Florida, is 6'1", 190 pounds. Given up 7 runs in 17 and 2/3 innings. Lost twice, a 3.57 ERA. Day is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. First pitch, a strike, 0-1. Travelers led 5-3 going into the 8th inning, and now they trail by 3. What a disappointing game. The 0-1 changeup missed away, 1 ball and a strike on Day. Rodland and Bacon next. Travs need a rally here. They haven't had a 3-run rally in this series. 1-1 today. Fouled back, strike 2. It's amazing how quickly things have fallen apart tonight. Daniel Davidson was pitching a wonderful ball game over his first 7 innings, giving up only 3 hits. Travs were hitting the ball. Had the lead they were looking for. There's a slider today, missed high, ball 2. 2-2 count. You want to talk about things falling apart. 8th and 9th inning for the Cardinals, 5 runs on 8 hits. They sent 12 men to the plate. 2-2 to Devin. Popped it up to first base. Richardson backpedaling, a step in front of the outfield grass. He'll make the catch. 1 away. Here's Rodland, who's fly to right, tripled the run home, scored, and put down a sacrifice bunt. 1 out, bottom 9. Springfield over the Travelers, 8-5. Worrell delivers, and Rodland will fight it off the 5th foul down the left field line, strike 1. Got to get a couple of men on base. Either Aaron Peel, Matt Brown, or Greg Porter would have the chance to tie it. The 0-1 to Rodland is outside, and it's 1-1. Worrell has struck out 22 against 9 walks. The 1-1 to Rodland. Missed outside, ball 2. Worrell working deliberately. Slows the pace down. The 2-1 to Eric. Swinging a high drive in a deep right field. Eric Rodlin has hit a home run, a solo shot here in the ninth inning, his second of the year. Third solo home run of the game for the Arkansas Travelers, and now it's 8-6. Two more of those, and the Travs will have a reason to celebrate. Dwayne Bacon stands in. Bacon, an RBI single in the fifth. He's 1 for 4. Homer off Worrell. It's the fourth he's allowed. Bacon chopped up the middle into center field, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Worrell comes in for Garza here in the ninth inning. Garza had gone 2 innings, giving up only a hit and a walk, no runs. Worrell has faced 3 men, allowing a pop-up, a solo homer, and a single to Dwayne Bacon. Blaze Ilsley jogs out to the mound, and the Springfield pitching coach will speak with Worrell. Miguel Gonzalez continues to warm in the Travelers bullpen just in case we go into extra innings. Aaron Peel is scheduled to hit, then it'll be Matt Brown. Peel is 1 for 4 with a 6th inning single to left. Bacon takes a short lead, held on, and Worrell goes to a slider, and it's outside, ball 1. Back on May 15th, just 4 games ago, Worrell blew his second save of the year and took a loss against the Wranglers, giving up 3 runs in just 2/3 of an inning. Walked 4 batters. Here's the pitch to Peel. Outside, ball 2. I wonder if Bacon will try to steal to keep out of the double play. 15 steals, caught twice. Not a very aggressive lead. 2-0 to Peel. Outside, ball 3. Worrell doesn't look very sharp. He looks somewhat apprehensive. A 3-0 count. And the pitch. Down the middle for a strike. Worrell's fastball isn't overpowering. There's a lot of sliders, off speed. His funky delivery, which is half sidearm, half submarine. And all the way funky is really what makes him effective. 3-1 to Peel. Bacon runs. It is low, ball 4, no throw. The catcher Johnson faked the throw. And now the tying runs are on base, and the winning run comes to the plate in the form of Matt Brown. So here's Brown, who hasn't had an RBI in his last 56 at-bats. Brownie 0 for 4 today. Right-hand batter with 6 homers and 17 RBIs on the year. First and second, 1 out. Good speed on the bases. From the stretch, Worrell, he deals. Brown swings and misses at a hanging changeup. Infield at double play depth. The outfield is deep to take away the chance for extra bases. Bacon from second. A 5-step lead. Peel from first, off by about 4 feet. Worrell delivers the 0-1. Brown takes it high and away, ball 1. Couple of off-speed pitches here to Brown. Worrell hasn't come with the fast stuff. Cardinals leading by 2, 8-6, last of the ninth inning. Worrell gets a long look at the sign. The target goes on the low outside corner, and he steps out of off the rubber. One ball, one strike. Worrell now ready. Target again low and away. Pitch to Brown. Swing and a miss on the slider. Strike two. Second baseman Laya comes to the mound. There goes the catcher Johnson to speak with Worrell. If you're wondering, no relation to Todd or Tim. The only thing he shares in common with those two former big league pitchers is that he's a closer, and so are they, and they share the same last name. Johnson back behind the dish. Worrell already leaning in for the sign. Ball behind the back. Glove on his left knee. Bacon from second for the Travs. Peel off of first. And now Worrell will step off again. Back on the rubber, looking for the sign. Worrell has slowed things down to a crawl. Now into the stretch. The 1-2 to Matt. Ball two outside. Looked like he wanted to swing at that slider, but let it go. Eric Rogland homered with one out. Then Bacon singles and Peel walks. Brown is grounded to short, struck out, fouled out, and grounded to second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Worrell steps off again. About the 4th or 5th conversation that Worrell has had with his catcher this inning. They figure out what they're going to throw, and Johnson back into the catcher's box. Brown readjusts his batting glove. Batting in the 3-hole for the first time this year with Brandon Wood resting. Here's the stretch by the right-hander. Worrell glances at second, delivers. Inside, it's a full count on Brown. On deck is Greg Porter, who is the hottest hitter on the ball club. There's no way that Worrell wants to walk Brown and put the tying run at second and the winning run at first. Worrell has walked 10 this year. Struck out 22. He steps off again. Brown trying to stay patient. Can he get a pitch to hit? Worrell sets. Here's the payoff. Outside, dropped by the catcher, goes all the way to his back screen. The runners are just going to take their time advancing one base each. They are loaded up for Greg Porter. 4 consecutive batters have reached for the Travs here in the 9th inning. They have their chance right now. Mark Worrell has walked 2 in a row, and the Cardinals are going to get a pitcher ready in the bullpen. They've already sent their pitching coach Ilsley out once, so he cannot jog out to the mound again. Rich Calamandri gets loose in the bullpen. Here's Greg Porter. Bases loaded for Porter. He is 0 for 4 with them loaded this year. Tonight, Porter has homered, grounded out, singled, and struck out. Pitch on the way. Low, ball 1. Porter with hits in 14 of 15 games. He is hitting almost .440 during that stretch. 4 homers and 11 RBIs. This is the guy you want batting right now. Winning run at first. Here's the 1-0 to Greg. Ball 2, another slider missing low. He's got to come with something to hit. Worrell is so apprehensive on the mound. He just does not seem sure of himself. Runners out to the lead. Infield looking for the double play, and Worrell steps off the rubber again. At third, Bacon. Peel at second. Brown at first. Outfield deep and left and center. Average and right. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Took something off that pitch. Two balls and a strike on Porter from the left side. Can Greg Porter be the hero tonight? He looks to end a 5-game losing streak. Pitch. Low and inside, ball 3. Bobby Wilson on deck. Worrell has walked 2 in a row. 4 straight Travs have reached base after the first out of the ninth. Here's the stretch. And the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a high fly ball. Deep center field. Greg Porter, you're the hero. A game-winning grand slam by Greg Porter. Holy cow. Second home run of the ball game. Greg Porter circles the bases as slow as he can, and the Arkansas Travelers put up 5 runs in the 9th inning. Your final score, the Travs 10 and the Cardinals 8. You can put it in the book. They meet it at home plate and mob Greg Porter. What a comeback for the Arkansas Travelers. Porter, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. The 5-game winning streak is over, and the Travs win it 10-8. Sitting on a change-up on 3-1, and Greg Porter hits the biggest home run of the 2006 season for the Arkansas Travelers. Holy cow. 10-8, the final score. The Travs go to 15-25, and the Cardinals drop to 23-16. What an ending at Ray Winder Field. We're going to figure out the final totals. We'll come back after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company. Northwest Florida.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer.
I didn't have a beer. Did you have a beer? I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you? Remember you ordered them from me?
Where? I mean, I remember eating the wings.
Yeah, the wings were good.
Are you sure we drank the beer?
Look, you guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. You guys want another round?
Of what?
Beer.
Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer?
I would love a beer.
Next time, try the light beer with the taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Bill Elson.
Well, folks, we just saw the most dramatic ending in the 2006 season for the Arkansas Travelers. Second year in a row, they've had a walk-off grand slam hit here at Ray Winder. Tommy Murphy did it last year against the Midland Rockhounds in August. And here on May the 19th, 2006, first baseman Greg Porter has one for the ages, a 2-homer game, finishes with 5 RBIs, including the game-winning grand slam in the 9th inning off of Mark Worrell. We'll get you the unofficial final totals right here. For the Cardinals, it's 8 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, and 6 men left. For the Arkansas Travelers, 10 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors, and 5 men left. The winning pitcher is Bill Edwards. Edwards gave up 3 runs in the 9th inning, but still wins his 4th of the year against just 1 loss. Mark Worrell blows his 3rd save of the season and falls to 1-3. Travs now at 15-25. Their 5-game losing streak is history. And the Cardinals fall to 23-16. Recapping this ball game, neither team did any offense until the 2nd inning. Greg Porter started that 2nd inning with his first home run of the game off of the starting pitcher Rich Rundle to dead center field. It was a 3-way shot, and the Travs had a 1-0 advantage. They weren't finished yet. With 2 outs, David Gates doubled, would move to third on a ground out, and scored when Devin Day's ground ball to short was thrown high by the shortstop McCoy, pulling the first baseman Richardson's foot off the bag. Umpire at first called him safe. Chris Maloney, the Springfield manager, came out to argue the call and was ejected by the first base umpire Monty Hall. So it was 2-0 Arkansas after the 2nd inning. Daniel Davidson held the lead until the 4th. First batter of the 4th inning, Reid Gorecki led off, reaching on a 2-base throwing error by Devin Day. And then Rico Washington takes a base on balls, but Gorecki would be forced out at third base on a fielder's choice, hits him out Brown at third. Then a walk from Davidson to Iker Franco loads the bases, brings up Nick Stavinoha, and Stavinoha hits a sacrifice fly to right field, bringing home Washington, and it was 2-1 Travs at that point. Next batter, Brian Martin, reached on a fielder's choice, bouncing it up the middle. Shortstop Devin Day grabbed it, tried to flip behind him to Eric Rodland. Rodland dropped it, however, and was charged with an error, allowing the inning to continue. And it continued to Gabe Johnson. Johnson's 2-out, 2-run single to left field gave the Cardinals a 3-2 lead. But the Travs came back in the 5th against Rundle. After 1 out, a double by Jason Espedo, but he would be thrown out at third base on a ground ball to short by Devin Day. Day, however, would score all the way from first when Eric Rodland tripled past the first baseman. That scored Day, and then Dwayne Bacon gave the Travs a 4-3 lead with a 2-out single to left, plating Rodland. Travs lead would be extended in the 7th inning as Jason Espedo cracked his 7th home run of the year, leading off against Rundle. It was 5-3 Arkansas. The lead went to nothing in the 8th inning. Daniel Davidson had set down 8 in a row until the 8th, but then Mike McCoy singles. Reid Gorecki doubles off the left center field fence, scoring McCoy. He went to third base on the throw to the plate and scored when Rico Washington singled past the drawn up infield. So a 5-5 score going into the 9th inning. We had a lot of runs in the 9th inning today, a total of 8 runs between these teams, 3 by the Cardinals. A 1-out single by Brian Martin off of Bill Edwards. He'd go to third base when Gabe Johnson doubles to left. Then Rainer Elias singles up the middle, past the drawn-up infield, giving the Cardinals the lead of the score at 6-5. After 1 out, Mike McCoy struck out, but then Reid Gorecki and Rico Washington had consecutive 2-out singles, each scoring a run. Johnson and Lai across the plate, and the Cardinals rallied for 3 runs on 5 hits in the 9th and carried an 8-5 lead into the bottom of the 9th. They gave the ball to Mark Worrell, who saved 35 games last year in the Florida State League, leading all minor league pitchers. Worrell was not up to the task tonight. With 1 out, Eric Rodland, a homer to right field, his 2nd of the season, and one of 4 homers on the night for the Travs. Then in succession, Dwayne Bacon singles. Aaron Peel walks on 5 pitches, and Matt Brown walks on a full count. That brought Greg Porter to the plate. He worked the count to 3-1 before crushing, and I mean crushing, a no-doubt walk-off grand slam over the screen monster in center field, possibly over the Mills Freeway. 2nd homer of the night for Porter. It's the game winner. He sends the fans home happy, and the Travelers win it 10-8, their first walk-off win on a home run in the 2006 season. Time of game, 2 hours, 49 minutes. Those who paid to see it totaled 2,997. Edwards the winner. Worrell takes the loss, and the Travelers break 2 losing streaks with this win. They had lost 5 straight overall and 4 consecutive games to the Cardinals, but a 10-8 win for the Travs tonight erases all of that, and they'll try to win their 2nd straight tomorrow night against the Cardinals. Coming up next on the Allstate Insurance postgame report, we'll have the scores from the Texas League of the Majors on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because two great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SPC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs win in dramatic fashion 10-8, the first walk-off grand slam in the season in the Texas League. And we've got final scores around the Texas League as well. Game 1 of the doubleheader at Wichita in the pockets of the Tulsa Drillers. Wichita carried a 2-1 lead into the 7th, but the Drillers tied against the Wranglers closer Nunez in the 7th and win it in the top of the 8th. Winning pitcher Gentry Beck said 2-1. Leo Nunez fell to 1-2 at the loss, save for Josh Newman, his first. They're in the second game of that doubleheader at the moment, and with the Cardinals losing, the Drillers have a chance to pick up a full game and a half. At the moment, they're a game in back of the Cardinals for first. Tulsa leading 2-0 in the 6th inning in Game 2. A home run by Joe Kashansky, the Driller first baseman, hit his 8th of the year in the 5th inning. How about the Frisco Rough Riders? The Midland Rockhounds carried a 5-2 lead at home into the 9th inning, and Frisco explodes. You think the Travs had a big 9th? Frisco scored 8 in the 9th, and the Rough Riders win 10-5 at Midland, and the Rockhounds' modest 2-game winning streak comes to an end. Winning pitcher Jesse Carlson 2-0. Macbeth took the loss. He's 0-1. 2 homers for the Rough Riders, both by Nate Gold. He has 5 on the year. Midland's Matt Allegre hit the only home run for the Rockhounds, his first of the year. Corpus Christi's 10-game winning streak is in jeopardy. San Antonio, thanks to a 3-run 7th inning, the Missions lead the Hooks 5-3 going into the 9th. In the major leagues, here are the final scores from interleague action. Baltimore over the Nationals 5-1. Chris Benson goes the distance, allows only 4 hits for his 6th win of the year. Alfonso Soriano hit his 14th homer. The Boston Red Sox hit 3 home runs in a 5-3 victory at Philadelphia. David Ortiz, Jason Varitek, and Mike Lowell all went deep. Matt Clement, the winner, is 4-3. John Lieber allowed those 3 homers. He falls to 3-5. Jonathan Papelbon with his major league high 15th save of the year. The New York Mets beat the Yankees at Shea Stadium 7-6. The David Wright with a game-winning single in the bottom of the 9th inning off of Mariano Rivera. Billy Wagner got the win. Rivera falls to 1-3. Mets hit 2 homers, Carlos Beltran and Xavier Nady. At Milwaukee, the Minnesota Twins win 7-1 thanks to a pair of homers by Tony Batista and Michael Kadire. Liriano, the winner, is 2-0. Davis, the loser for the Milwaukee Brewers, he falls to 2-3. Games played in American League ballparks this afternoon, where the Chicago White Sox beat the Cubs 6-1. Greg Maddux took the loss. He's 5-3. Mark Buehrle tosses a 2-hitter and goes to 5-2. Only homer of the game, Jim Thomey's American League leading 17th home run of the year. Cleveland Indians defeat Pittsburgh 4-1 at the Jake. C.C. Sabathia got the win. He's 3-1. Zach Duke, the losing pitcher, falls to 2-5. Homers by Eddie Perez and Grady Sizemore sealed the deal in the first inning for the Indians. Freddie Sanchez accounted for the Pirates' only run with his 4th homer. Cincinnati, a 9-4 win at Detroit. Reds used a 6-run 4th inning for the victory, and that snaps the Tigers' winning streak at 7. Andy Clausen, the winner, 3-4. Jeremy Bonderman takes the loss. He's 4-3. Rich Aurelia and Adam Dunn went deep for the Reds, and Marcus Thames homered for the Tigers. Tampa Bay wins in 10 innings over Florida, 5-4. Aubrey Hupp with his first home run of the season, a walk-off shot in the bottom of the 10th. Toby Hall also went deep. Walker, the winner. Mesquite, the loser. Ugla hit his 6th home run for the Fish. And the St. Louis Cardinals rally for 9 runs in the 4th and 5th innings combined. St. Louis goes on to beat Kansas City 9-6. Chris Carpenter, the winner, is 4-2. Adam Wainwright saved his first with 3 innings of work. And Redmond, the loser for the Royals, dropped to 0-4. Albert Pujols hit his league-best 20th home run, and Kansas City's Reggie Sanders hit his 5th. In progress in the American League ballparks, the Giants and the A's 1-0 Oakland in the bottom of the third. And at Seattle, it's the Mariners 3 and the Padres 2. Mike Piazza has homered for the Padres, his fifth. 3 solo homers for the Mariners, however. Richie Sexton, Jose Lopez, and Kenji Jojima. In Houston, in the top of the ninth inning, the Astros holding on to a 5-3 lead over the Texas Rangers. Brad Lidge is on to try to save it. Houston trailed going into the bottom of the eighth, but rallied for 3 runs to take the 2-run lead. Colorado 6, Toronto 2, bottom of the seventh inning at Coors. 3 homers for the Rockies, Garrett Atkins, Jamie Carroll, and Todd Helton. Atlanta 5-2 over Arizona in the bottom of the fifth inning. Adam LaRoche hit his 6th home run of the year. And after 2 innings at Dodger Stadium, it's the Angels leading the Dodgers 2-1. Vladimir Guerrero pounding his 11th homer of the year. The final score in Little Rock tonight is the Arkansas Travelers 10 and the Springfield Cardinals 8. Greg Porter 2 homers, including a walk-off grand slam. We'll finish up the post-game show and wrap it all up after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always follows the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Norfolk, Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Monday. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Oh, a night to remember at Raywinder Field. Because it was Reese's Really Nuts night, and it was really crazy at the ballpark. No, because you saw a walk-off grand slam, which is about as rare as it gets in professional baseball. Greg Porter, the hero tonight, with a 2-homer effort. Drives in 5, which is a season-high 5 for Greg. Finishes with 6 home runs on the season for the moment. Travelers hit 4 homers today. Porter, 2 of them. Jason Espino and Eric Rodlin also going deep. And the Travelers break a 5-game losing streak with a dramatic 5-run ninth, and they win 10-8 over the Springfield Cardinals. Here are the official final totals. The Cardinals score 8 runs on 11 hits, commit 1 error, and they stranded 5. The Travelers scored 10 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors, and they stranded 5 as well. Winning pitcher is Bill Edwards. Edwards gave up 3 runs in the 9th inning, but he gets his 4th win of the year. I think he might owe Greg Porter a drink or two. Mark Worrell takes the loss, giving up 5 runs in a third of an inning. Get this, Worrell entered today with an ERA of 3.57, and with 5 earned runs charged to him in 1/3 of an inning, Worrell's ERA balloons to 6. And his record 1-3. Time of game was 2 hours 49 minutes, and the paid attendance was 2,997. The victory puts the Travs at 15-25. The Cardinals fall to 23-16. The Cardinals lead in the North Division down to just 1 game over the Tulsa Drillers, and the Drillers had a 2-0 lead at Wichita in Game 2 of the doubleheader, have a chance to pull within just half a game. Now it's a tied score, actually. The Wranglers scored twice in the bottom of the 6th inning on a homer by Billy Butler. The Wranglers showing some life coming back in the 6th. But for the moment, the Cardinals lead in the North Division down to 1 game. Travs pick up a game as well. They're 8.5 back. Season series still in favor of the Cardinals. Cards have beaten the Travs 4 out of 7 games. BC Powder player of the game, well, it's not even close. Greg Porter is your BC Powder player of the game, as Greg hits 2 homers, finishes 3 for 5, and Greg now over the last 15 games, has 29 hits, 5 home runs, 15 runs batted in, and a batting average at almost .450. So Porter is tonight's BC Powder Player of the Game. BC Powder is the official pain reliever of the Travelers. BC gets into your system fast, and BC goes to work fast. If it's headaches, backaches, or muscle pain, nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. Travs win it 10-8 over the Cardinals. Game 3 of the series was today. Game 4 is tomorrow night. If you're looking for a discount ticket, there aren't any. It's a replica jersey giveaway to the first 1,000 paid kids 14 and under. Thanks to Milk, 3 a Day, and KATV for providing the giveaway. Pitching matchup is James Holcomb for the Travelers, 0-4 right-hander with a 3.91 ERA. Jordan Powell's on the mound for the Cardinals, 2-1 record. The right-hander has an ERA at 4.40. Gates open at 6:10 with first pitch at 7:10, and our coverage begins at 6:50 with the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. We hope you join us on the broadcast if you can't be at the ballpark. So for Arlen Horn back at the studios and all the folks here at Raywinder Field, and also for the folks at minorleaguebaseball.com for getting us on the internet, thank you, fans, for tuning in to this baseball broadcast tonight. Again, that final score, the Arkansas Travelers win it 10-8 over the Springfield Cardinals on Greg Porter's walk-off grand slam in the 9th inning. Folks, hope you had a good time. We'll be talking more Traveler baseball tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.